share, and subscribe. And click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post to go live. I'm La Heffa.
Smiley Jizzle was good. Representing the squad, man. Rick and Morty forever.
Get lifted, 30 20 merch on the way. I know we got you waiting. We done said this the last few episodes, but it's coming. I promise.
Got a lot of stuff to talk about. A sidebar though. How do you guys feel about um Thanksgiving food? Like after Thanksgiving, like how long will you eat Thanksgiving food after Thanksgiving has ended? Will you eat Thanksgiving food a week after Thanksgiving, or nah? You getting like Taco Tuesday or something? Like what? Like what's your thing? Like how
They
do
was
you feel about that?
they was talking about that on Let's Rap About It, and Fabulous like people be saying, "Oh, I don't eat leftovers or whatever." He was like, "You bugging?" He was like, "I love." He was like, "Thanksgiving is his favorite holiday, and he be eating um leftovers."
Even
I
if it's
think
good?
it's not about if it's good. I think
No.
if it's you get tired of eating the same thing over and over. Like even if I order food or go to a restaurant, I don't want to go to the same. I don't know. It depends on the person. But me personally, I don't want to go to the same restaurant every single day. So the same with cooked food. I don't want to eat that for 2 weeks straight or for a couple of days after that. I get sick of it. Like I don't want
Some
it
things don't
anymore.
taste the same as they did when you first had it. That's what it is, really, for me. Like if it tastes exactly the same as that first bite, then I guess I probably would. Like if there was some way to like engineer a meal that is so good that even days after it still has the same texture, um, and the same flavor that it had when you first bit it for the first time. I think I could be hooked. It depends on what it is because I like wings, right? But and I could eat wings every single day, but fresh wings. Like I could eat fresh wings every single day, like not microwave reheat because it doesn't taste the same. I mean, for any wing connoisseurs out there, help me out. Like when you have wings the next day after you had them, like it's not the same. But if I had to go to Buffalo Wild Wings every single day personally, I would do it as long as my wings are fresh every single day. How about you?
It depends. Some stuff tastes better after certain things, after the flavor that set in, after it been sitting for like a day or two and you reheat it, it tastes good. Now with chicken, if you put it in the oven, maybe the next day, if it's
Like
like
what?
really crunchy, if they fried it really good, I've had fried chicken that was like not necessarily hot, and
Tastes
I
better than
wouldn't.
the first time?
I didn't say better, but just as good. I'm saying if
But
you put
what?
it in the
Give me an example of something that tastes
I
better.
I don't. I'm not saying taste. Well, you said it tastes better, like pasta and stuff like that. It doesn't. It's still gonna taste. I don't think better, but it tastes the same. Like it tastes the same as you warm it up or
But
whatever.
you said
Like
better. That's why I'm hung on that. I'm kind of
because
like a
no,
little
not
triggered
me
by that. Cause like better.
specifically, but I've heard people say that like certain stuff, like the flavors have set in and it
Yeah,
fermented a
maybe
little
if
bit or
you maybe
whatever.
if you like if you have something that you probably like prepare and a part of the preparation process is marinating something and letting it sit in the refrigerator for a few days pre-bake. But after, I've never heard
I've heard people
anything. I've
say
never
that.
heard that. I need an example of that. In the comments, like anybody, like if you got examples of something that tastes better after it's been reheated than when you first had it the first time, please put it out there. Give me an example of that. Because I don't know. I can't think of anything. You know what? I would say chopped barbecue when I used to eat pork. If I have chopped barbecue and I reheat it and I like heat it so much that I crisp it after, that could taste good and would have a different taste than the first time. And sometimes it could be good, it could be bad, depending on what I'm doing with it. Like, am I making a sandwich with it, or I'm just having it as a side to something else? But I can't really think of anything reheat that tastes better off a reheat.
I've heard people say that, and I don't know. I never, but there's some
Have you
things that you.
personally experienced that?
I said no, but I've
Oh,
heard more than one person say that, and I can't think of like what they were what they talk about, like
pizza.
macaroni, like, but like that's what I'm saying. Certain things, if you reheat it, and it matters how you reheat it too,
That part,
because if
yeah.
you put
I
it in
too,
the
yeah.
microwave, unless you do some other
Maybe
shit,
reheat
like
in the
with
oven.
pizza.
Yeah.
Like with pizza, if you do put it in the microwave, you sprinkle some water on it. You could wrap it in like saran wrap a little bit or whatever, so it like gets all the juices and the cheese will be melty and gooey. Like you gotta drip some water on it so it can
But it
steam.
still won't be as fresh. Like when you have it
Yeah.
fresh, it's nothing
But
like
if you
that.
put it in the oven, and it depends where you get it from. Like Buffalo Wild Wings, I don't their wings are okay, but they're not if you get certain people make wings better to where like if you reheat them, but it would have to be in the oven or you would have to refry them or
Right.
something like quickly for 3 minutes or whatever, and then it would still have but it normally would only be like the next day or something. After that,
Yeah,
it's like
it don't really like I'll be honest, like I love Buffalo Wild Wings kinda, but it don't be blazing off the reheat unless
because they be like
it's a
dried
lot of
out
sauce.
or
Like it gotta
something.
be a lot of sauce and they had to cook it. It depends on how they cooked it the first time because it's not always cooked the same. Like they got different cooks.
And sometimes they
So
be
these cooks
frying it too
be
hard. I don't
yeah,
like
they
with
fry
wing,
it too
and
hard.
it
So you
be
gotta
like
ask them how
dried
you want it
out,
fried.
or like, and then it be hard when you bite. Like it hurts your teeth when you like. I don't like. I like crispy, but not too hard to like where it's like dried out and it's like no juice in the chicken. Like it's just I don't know. The skin is like dead. It's like there's no like I don't know how to describe it, but it just depends what it is. Like certain stuff, like I said, macaroni, pasta, rice and beans, stuff like that. But meat, mostly, I would say. Well, it depends what the meat is. Like it probably is not gonna taste as good, especially fried chicken, unless you fried it perfect. You got the perfect breading, like because I got is this Chinese food place called or Japanese, I don't know. It's called Rice on Fire. It's in the hill, and they chicken wings is good, and they actually season them. In most Chinese restaurant that made fried chicken, they don't put no seasoning on it. They just fry the chicken, but they actually put seasoning on it, and they got different flavor. I mean, they got lemon pepper. I usually get the regular fried chicken though, but I have reheated that the next day, and it was still crispy. Normally, fried chicken wings be dried out the next day. You can't even if you get. I don't really like Chinese food like that because you definitely can't. The next day that should be done. It be the rice and the whatever. If you get something like that, like rice and chicken or whatever. I don't know. It be like dried out. It don't when you warm it up, it be tasting weird. Like the texture. I don't know what the hell they be doing or whatever, but it don't be right. But I don't really fuck with Chinese food like
They
that
be
anyway.
like, hurry
Most of
up
the
and
time
buy.
when I get when I order from Chinese because I get chicken wings and fries. That's what I can identify.
Hurry up
That
and
other
buy.
shit,
And
I
then they
don't
be like,
know.
I feel sorry for you. I'm out there.
Uh,
What you
what
say?
you say, mama?
I keep on saying I'm gonna watch Minister Society. I ain't watched Minister Society in a few years. I gotta watch it again.
They said that dude, that dude that came beat because the girl's like, I'm pregnant, and he
Oh
said,
yeah,
what you telling me for?
Junior.
Yeah, I can't
Nigga was
stand
Junior
him.
in every movie.
Right. He raped Ebony. He got
Great.
the dude, yeah, raped her. He got the dude shot and set it off. Remember? The brother, Jada Pinkett
Oh
brother, he
yeah,
told him to get
yo,
the
he just a
AP.
villain, yo. He just
But but
a villain for
but
black
but Kane
movies.
got him in the Menace to Society. He was
Yeah, he
stomping
stomped him
that
out.
nigga out. His head was
They
just
beat him up
bobbing.
and Don't Be a Menace too. They used him again. They keep using him, yo, for those roles. Like he just know.
It
It's
was a
like
meme, and it was like I can't stand these niggas, and it was him and some other
it's
villains in
it's
the
niggas
movie.
like
Yeah,
that. Like it's really people like that in movies. Like you like yo, he known for being a villain character in a movie. Like
that's
you
him
never
for real.
see him for being like a good. But they said that in casting. They said like yeah, you might be pegged
Typecast.
for a role, and that might be your your identity like as an artist, as an actor, as a thespian, as they say. Somebody gonna be like, he said a lesbian. I said thespian. Yo. Performing arts.
Anybody that's watching, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you enjoy and did you have time with your family? Speaking of that, somebody said I don't know who this person is. I think he plays sports too. But he said he went to he did an interview. He was like he went to Sierra and Russell Wilson house for Thanksgiving.
Oh snap!
And he was like it was weird, which I don't know why you felt the
How
need
is
to
it
like.
weird? What?
I'm about to tell you, but I don't know why he felt the need to say this. Like, who cares? Not even that serious. But he said he was like nobody was. It was just him, Sierra, and the kids, I guess, and him. He didn't. His mom wasn't there. His sisters wasn't there. His family wasn't there. I don't know if Sierra's family wasn't there. He didn't really mention her, but he was saying it was weird because why? He was like, if I had the type of money that he had, I would have flew my family out. But you don't know. First of all, he could have invited. You don't know for you to speak on that because you don't know what his relationship is with his family. He could have asked them.
To sun this nigga like
he could have
like,
asked them to come, and
men
maybe
just
they
don't like him.
and maybe they had other plans or they decided to. You don't know what's going on for you to say that. There's a reason, obviously, why they didn't come, and you don't know what it is, so you shouldn't be speaking
But
on
don't
that.
you find
And
it
I
weird
feel
that
like
men always come for him? Like,
yeah,
why do you
because
think so?
I just feel like people need to stop worrying about other people's relationships because that's what it is. They feel like he's a simp or whatever. That's he didn't. I didn't watch the whole interview. It was just a clip, but that may be because of that. He's probably maybe Sierra don't like the family, and that's why they didn't invite. I don't know. Maybe it was something, but he doesn't even know. That's the thing.
But you're supposed to protect your woman.
And
So
then
if it's
if you
like
felt,
that, then yeah.
and then if you felt
Probably
that
doing the
that
right
was
thing.
weird, why do you think you need to come and do an interview and talk about it instead of
He
you're not
trusted
coming?
you enough to
You're
bring
not
me there and
right.
shit.
You're
That's
not
crazy.
coming to my house no more for Thanksgiving.
He
Don't.
not. He probably not. He corny for that.
That's what I'm saying.
He is corny for that. But I also see how people keep thinking he's super soft because the way he move in his relationship to the eye and I kind of admire it a little bit because he's not letting anybody be all in his business.
Because you
Like
don't never hear him talk.
people don't know whether it's right or it's wrong. People just assume because of what they see. So we speculate this is how this dude is because look at how she is. She not really doing much other than she make music. She do what she do. She been making music before they got together.
Not disrespectful.
So
She
not
never
gonna
had
stop.
no public
It's just like if a
scandal.
dude was messing with a woman that was in entertainment in any entertainment industry when you met her, unless she stops doing that and your bag is better, you don't see most entertainment couples stopping what they doing. Jay-Z ain't stopped. Remy ain't stopped. Like they not just gonna stop what they doing. They're gonna keep doing what they doing. But now you're looking for a traditional lifestyle. Well, the traditions kind of severed a little bit because they both bring to the marriage. They both bring capital. You know what I mean? Rihanna
Traditional people are not
and
celebrities
and
most of
A
the time.
and what's his name? ASAP Rocky. Like it's like that. Like these relationships are called power couples. So in an area, he's he may be beta, considering the other males in his field, but he's still a leader. He's a quarterback. He's still making bread. He's still got a championship under his belt. There's things that he has and accolades that he has that still attributes to him being a leader, him being, pretty dominant to an extent. So the only thing that they go off of is his relationship with his woman. They see that he's more passive, but you're gonna be softer with your woman. You are just naturally. That's just how
It's
we are
not
as
your
men.
niggas.
But you could see that he does kind of submit in certain situations. Like he has no say over anything. It seems like I don't think.
Why do you say that?
Well, because of how she revealed herself in public. Like some dudes will say, "Oh, well, if my woman looks good, I want her to show her body and this and that." And I beg to differ. I think more men are more territorial.
But what if he's like Kanye West and he likes that?
But then he would live a Kanye West lifestyle. Like his lifestyle
Not necessarily.
contradicts it. Well, this is what
Because
I'm
we
saying.
don't know if he had a problem. That's your assumption because you're projecting your
he's not
feelings
as loud
onto him,
as
and we
Kanye
know
West
there
is.
are men.
So that would give you unwanted attention. So for him to be like a Kanye West, he would have to be a loud, expressive individual,
Not
which he's
necessarily. I'm
not.
talking specifically
But I'm
about
saying
him
no, he's
liking
not a
his
Kanye
woman
West.
to
But
do
that's
that.
more.
I'm not
Even
talking about
like that
outside of that.
is a component of Kanye West's archetype. If you say a Kanye West and you say, oh yeah, well, what if he's like that? There's
I'm
people that's
saying there
wild,
are
but
some
there's
men that
people that's
don't
wild
care
that
about
don't
how
care
you
that
dress
still won't let
outside.
they wife go out there with their titty
But
out.
we don't know that. This is our assumption. This is what I'm saying. People need to stop
But
projecting
the
their
assumption
feelings
is not
unless you
in that
heard
he's
him.
like anybody else. It's the assumption based on
I
what
was
we've
using
seen
the
of
example
him.
because of how she dressed, and we never heard him say that he had a problem with the way that she dressed. People are only saying
Only people
something
had a
about
problem
it.
with it. It wasn't
Yeah,
him.
we
So we
don't
don't know if
know.
he
That's what
okay
I'm
with it or
saying.
not. Right, you're right. But they still looking at it from a perspective of generally how does a man protect his woman in certain cases. You don't want your woman to be in a certain situation that's going to cause unwanted attention to you in a
Kanye
negative
West
light.
ain't protecting
We're not talking
nobody. He
about
a
see, then
bitch
you bring it back to him. I'm saying his
because
archetype doesn't fit a
his
Kanye West. He's not
his
a Kanye
archetype,
West.
Kanye West,
When
not
you
even
bring
a
that
type
up,
to
you're
protect.
not when you
I would
bring him
teach
up
Russell
with that
Wilson as
aspect
more
of
of a
him having his
protector than
woman being
him
out in public
because
being
you
like
said
that, you're
protector,
gonna
so
bring
that's
up
why
him.
I'm
So it's
comparing
gonna
it.
have to be compared
I
to other
don't
ways to
consider
Kanye
Kanye
West.
West a protector.
He could be. He could
I
be.
could look at Russell Wilson as more of a protector than
We know
Kanye
that he
West.
has many resources, so touch one of his people
Yeah,
if you dare.
research. I'm talking about protecting them yourself, not using
But that's
security.
still protection. But then that's
She could
moving it a
get
little bit because
security herself.
protection is gonna be way more aspects of protection than just that. Like some would say, oh, having a firearm, well, that's not protection because you well shit, you got a gun. What more protection could you want? The fucking sword of
I didn't
fucking
say it
Nemus
wasn't, but I was
from one of
speaking
these
to
damn
being
animes.
able to protect them
Yeah,
yourself.
but that's neither here nor there. The object is being able to protect, and that's any means necessary. So if you have to protect your loved one, you would have to protect them with a fucking stick that you made out of the environment. You would have to protect them with your bare hands if you have to. You know what I mean? You can protect them with a knife. You can protect them with a gun. You can protect them with your animals that you train to kill on a delete on attack. You know what I mean? Whatever. But what I'm saying is that knowing who he is, you be a fool to try to, you know what I mean? This is a dude that walked around the whole planet with just a bag, knowing who he was. Like somebody could have took him for ransom or something. You know what I mean? Like he was still worth bread.
Walk around the planet.
Walking around the planet, right? With just a bag on him. You feel me? Talking about that's his house. Like this is that dude versus, yeah, he's a football player. He's healthy. He's in great shape. Who knows how many people train Kanye West martial arts? Like the things that we don't know
Now
about
you're
Russell
adding
Wilson,
extra stuff.
because the things that we don't know about Russell Wilson is things that we probably don't know about him. But you got to think when somebody has that kind
Yeah,
of
but
money,
we
they
didn't
have to
speak
have
to
those
the
type of
facts
provisions.
that we
Why would you be
actually can
so
see.
comfortable to do something like that? To walk around the world with just a bag on you,
Because he
knowing who you
crazy.
are, like you could be, and that could be dangerous. That could be something that could protect you. Somebody that has no regard of their mortality could be somebody that's potentially very dangerous and could possibly protect you versus somebody that seems a little bit more passive. Yeah, they might have the bulk, but I've seen
I
big
don't
guys
think he
get taken
cares
down all
because
the
he
time.
knew she was dressing like that
But
before he got
but
with her.
regardless, if we're the component you're using is protection. So if we're gonna say
But we
that, then we can go to
started
all these
about the
different
way
realms about
that
this.
she dressed
But yeah, the way that she
because
dressed.
people
But
assume
we're
because they
assuming
don't like
that
it
most
that he
men
don't.
would not allow their women
But
to
there
be
are men
out there
that
like
do
that.
like it.
Like who?
Cardi B. She
What
naked
about
all the
Cardi
time.
B?
She way worse than how Sierra dressed. And she's
But
getting
you could see Cardi B is a woman that can't be controlled.
but
So then you got a
for a
woman that's
man to wanna
uncontrollable.
be in a
So
relationship with her to
you gotta
marry
be
her,
a
they
passive
must
nigga.
like it.
They must be passive.
Not necessary. No, because you're assuming that they
I'm
don't like
assuming
that.
if
That
you
would
don't
only
check
make
it
them
at the
passive if
door, or you have other components that would. So you could be a heel, a cuck, or you could be a dude that just doesn't care, and you show your dominance in other ways. Like I don't care, so if she do what she do, watch what I do. So I'm gonna go get 5 other women pregnant while I got her pregnant at the same time. Not saying that Russell Wilson has to do something like that, but it would change the narrative. It would change him from being a good guy, a nice guy, which isn't nothing wrong with it, which could also be conceived as simp because you don't stand up for yourself. But there could also be, you know, a doormat. You feel me? Or you could be the other guy who's just a jerk, an asshole, a F boy, as you will, right? You could be one of those. So if you are a type of dude that really does women grimy like that, and you don't care nothing that happens to them no one way or another, then that's a different aspect as opposed to did we just get a oh that's a different aspect as opposed to if a person is like saying, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever honey says, and I'm gonna put her on a pedestal, and she's the apple of
But
my
you will
eye.
first have to know if they actually don't like that. You're projecting your and other men are projecting the way that they feel. We never heard him say, I don't like the way that she's dressing. She was dressing that way before she got with him. There are strippers that are men. Yeah, some niggas are assholes. Okay, that was a bad example. Yeah, that's an asshole. But there are some men that treat their women right and they like because they like to show it off. They like to their women to go
So
out
because
and
this
be
is your
half
anecdotal
naked and
experience, you
stuff
got to
like
give an
that.
example of that. Because
There
I
are
gave you
men
an
that
example of a
do that
heel.
all the time. There are
Okay.
porn stars that are married.
You want to say Adam 22? You want to use him as an
He's
example?
not the only porn star.
No,
He's
no,
a
no, no, no.
newer
But
person
you
that
want to use
came
him
out.
as an example, or like we could pull him apart if you want, because here's the thing. Again, you're looking at guys that fit the archetype of a guy that would be that. Now this is a dude. Yeah, he could be a cuck, but he likes that. He enjoys it, and
It's
he
not
out he
necessarily
outwardly
a
and
cup.
openly expresses how much he likes it and does it. In fact, he
Yeah,
does
and
it
there are
himself.
other men
So he's
that
like,
have
yo, if
said
I'm
that.
gonna do it, then she could do it.
That's
He's
what
one
I'm
of those
saying
type of dudes.
because you're coming
That's
from
not
the
a general.
standpoint,
That's not a
but you're
general
coming
man
from
thing.
the
And
the
Whack
point
100
is,
calls him on this all the
all
time
right,
on their
I'm
show.
not
Go ahead.
talking about him because he
But
is a cuck.
we talking
But
about men
I'm
that's allowing
speaking
your
from,
women to
but
be
you don't
express their
know what
sexuality
they're
in
how
different
they
ways.
feel
Or
about it.
sexuality, sorry.
So you can't really speak on that other than you projecting how you
We're just
feel because
okay. If we're both
we
going off
never
an
heard
anecdotal
him
experience,
say.
then these are both our opinions. So your opinion is based off of what your
I don't
experiences
have
are.
an opinion because I don't care about it.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
mine is based
we
off of my
never
opinion.
heard him say that he don't like it. You're assuming
No,
that he
I'm
don't
going off of
because
his
you don't
actions.
like
No,
it.
I'm going off of his actions. I'm going
What
off of his
what did he
actions.
do? He
we
said
we were talking
don't wear
about we
that.
were we were talking about when she had her nipples out in public. That's what we're talking
And
about.
what did he say?
I'm saying I'm saying he didn't say anything because it happened. He didn't say anything because it happened.
Okay,
There
so
was nothing to
they lived
say.
together. So you think he didn't see her before she left the house?
I'm sure he did.
Okay, so you're
A
assuming
man a
because
man
your
that
response is
a
based off
man
the
that
consensus that
allows
he
this to
is
be
doesn't like it.
okay
If he doesn't like
is
it and she
probably a
doing it, then
guy
it's a
that's
problem.
very
But if
passive
he don't
because
care, then that's
there's a
different.
level of modesty. So you could be like, okay, it's okay for her to express herself, but let's cover her curves a little bit, or let's cover these areas. You know what I mean? Even though they're mine, I keep on getting her pregnant. I still don't want everybody to have what I have to myself.
And that's how
Or
you
maybe I
feel.
want to tease them a little bit because they can never get it. You know what I mean? It could be that, right? But what
Because
I'm
we
saying
don't
is
know is the point.
normally, but I'm saying whether it's one or the other, right? It doesn't matter to men. Most of the men, and this is just my anecdotal experience. It makes it my opinion. The men that I'm around most of the time would not be comfortable with their woman going out like that. They all have said that. Now, if this guy is okay with it, then there's a number of men that would be okay with it. Yes, we agree that there is always an exception. But the reason for those exceptions fall into those degrees that men also shun. So that's what still keeps them in that simp role. Because even though, yeah, it could be because of this, he's okay with it. He's still a simp because you're allowing your women to be coveted, or you're just looking for trouble, or you're just trying to get attention. It's something about it that's not a normal man behavior. Like, we're not doing that. Like, we out here to protect our women, to make sure that our women are respected and respect them as well. So when we do that, we don't want them to be
She
objectified
need
by
to
other men,
respect
but they
herself.
still do, and they should respect themselves, right? But then that shows the leadership value because that means that it's not really a leadership. It might be more interdependence, or it might be, well, she's doing what she want to do. Like, you know what I mean? As long as she's happy with it, that's okay with me. It could be that. But some of these things draw unwanted attention and negativity, and it could tarnish her brand.
I'm of the belief that man or woman, if you're in a relationship and you met someone and they were behaving a certain way or doing certain things, that you should not be trying to control them. I want a man because I don't dress like that, so I'm not advocating that she should. What I'm saying is I'm sick of people, and not just in this particular example, projecting their beliefs on other people when you haven't heard them say they don't like it. Now, it would be one thing if we heard him complain, like the situation with Kiki Palmer and her man. He didn't like what the exchange between her and Usher.
Right.
He vocally expressed that.
Right, that
But
was different,
since
right.
we haven't heard him say anything, I feel like it's just projection. You're
Men are
assuming
just
that
labeling them.
he
That's
doesn't
it. They just
like it,
labeling
and
them.
you don't know.
They just labeling him because we realize that normally men don't like it. So we're thinking of him in only one way. And that's because we didn't hear his side of it. I mean, it'd be easy for him to defend it. And it shows a lot of poise and stoicism by him not lashing out and saying, yo, you don't
Exactly.
know, da 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 da, whatever. So he has respect to that aspect. Like I said, I do respect him as a man, but I look at certain things that just that in particular, yes, a lot of men would agree. I would not like, and more of a higher number than the lesser of would agree that no, we wouldn't like our woman to be out here being objectified by other men. We would prefer that just to be for us.
I think
A freak in the sheets, a lady in the streets. Like,
I
you know what I mean?
think people should get with people that are that they're aligned with, meaning
We agree.
whatever your levels or your values are. Like if you don't want them dressed in a certain way, then you need to meet someone that dresses, be
Transparency.
with someone. Yeah, you need to have the conversation, and you need to find someone that dresses more conservative. If that's instead of, I feel like it's more of a hassle to go through the trying to change them into someone that they're not. And maybe they might do it, but then how long will they last? Because are they really changing if that's who they are? If they're a person that likes to show their body off and show their curves, and now you're stopping them from doing that, and they don't want to do it, they're only doing it for you. I don't think that's sustainable long term. I think it's better to find someone that's more in alignment with if y'all have the same values, that would be a better suited partner than trying to get control them. Like somebody, I was watching a podcast, somebody was like trying to get your man. If you know he was going to the strip club when you got with him, and now y'all together and you trying to tell him to stop going. Me personally, I don't
Someone to
care.
get a pole in their crib and do all this extra stuff.
I
Like,
would do that.
if you can't deal with
Um,
this is something that he likes his outlet, then if you can't beat him, join him type shit. You know what I mean? Go to the
and
strip club with
that's what
him,
I was
learn how
about
to
to
get
say.
over that. If you really care about that person and
That's what
that's
I'm
what
about
he's
to say.
doing,
Me personally, as long
if
as
you
you're
can
not
deal with it.
sleeping with the women in the club, but I would go with
But
you.
some people
And
can't deal with that because they can't grasp that he would be attracted to another woman. Why not ask her to do it or so forth, right? It is
let me
it's
see.
just it's just to fulfill a need at the time. It doesn't mean that he's he's out there doing whatever, but a lot of people can't do it. A lot of people can't understand, like, their partner might have other vices that they might not be comfortable with, and you have to have those conversations with that person so that it doesn't get in between your relationship. You don't want that to be like, Smex is important. It's not the end all, but yo, it's important. Like, the way she wanted, the way she liked it, whatever. You have to be understanding as possible with that, to know, like, yo, like this is what it is, like, you feel me? But the most of the time, men are in tune with it because they doing whatever they doing. You know what I mean? They focused on that, and then when they get it, they get it. So they not really, you know what I mean, whatever. Sometimes we take our time, we're patient, we get to know the woman, we whatever. But a lot of times when we running, we just trying to do what we gotta do. We just trying to get our goal. So it's not really like, taking that moment to really be emotionally intelligent and know her love language and all that. Not when you just get it. Like, you just like, oh shit, I got it. Because if it's pure, it's not gonna be all that. Sometimes that's the best way to do it because you don't hold back. And sometimes it's not because you're thinking too much. So it can mess up the mood. But, like, it's not intentional. But if we with somebody that's already cool with that, and we've been with them, it's so easy for us to continue to be that with that person. But if it's only one way, it's gonna be hard to deviate from that and then start moving into something else without, somebody feeling some type of way about it. And those times need to be expressed. They need to say, I don't like that, or I didn't want that, or whatever. Don't just go with it if that's not what it is. You feel me? Because years down the line, you done been doing it, and then you try to say it sounds stupid. Don't wait mad years later and then try to bring something up. Like, that's crazy. Don't do that.
Yeah, someone was telling me about the somebody else that they know, a couple, and they're married. They've been married for a while. The woman makes significantly more money than the man. Um, and but the man is not like he works. He has a decent job, but she's making probably like six figures or more or whatever. Like she has a really good career, and that house is hers. He moved in with her, but he works. He cooks, and that's another thing. He cooks and he cleans up. But this was all going on in the beginning. You knew that that nigga moved in with you when she first met him. He wasn't making the money that she was making. You knew that. He knew that she wasn't cooking, and because that's another thing. She don't really do household stuff. He cooks and clean, but he also goes to work. He has a job. It's not like he's not doing nothing at all. He's just not making the type of money that she would like him to make. But you knew this when you got with him. Then you weren't even sure if you wanted to proceed with the marriage because of these things. These were things that this person vocalized or whatever when that was presented to her. I'm not sure if I went. So if you were questioning it from the start and now you're years into this relationship and then you end up getting married or whatever, why are you complaining about things that you knew was a problem from the beginning? You should have never even got involved because now these are the arguments that you're having years later, but it could have been prevented. If you knew you wanted a man that made more money, then you should have tried to find a man that make more money. If it's that important to you, you're gonna be complaining about it all the time. If you wanted a woman that cook and clean, then you should have got with a woman that cook and clean if you can. Now here's the thing: she's older than him. She had two children, so and men don't care how much money you make unless they're like making in this situation because that could have been somewhat of a come up for him, but he's not taking advantage in my opinion because he is going to work. He has a full-time job. He just don't make the salary that she does or whatever. But in the start, he moved in with her. He was sleeping on somebody else's couch when she met him. So how you gonna be mad at how it turned out when you seen the future from the beginning? You see how it started out is 9 times out of 10, that's how it's gonna be. I mean, it could change, but if he was content with living a certain way before he met you, you not just gonna come and change. And if he's doing it for you, he's gonna resent you because he's not, or vice versa. If that's you're trying to control somebody or make them be somebody else that you're not, and then you had two kids already. Niggas don't a lot of times don't be wanting no baby mama, and you older, so it's like she wanted to settle down. So now she got with him and she settled down. They had another kid. She already had two with some, from before him or whatever. So it's like this is the situation that you're in. Either deal with it or move on. If you don't like, I don't understand why. Like, and I used to be like that too. I used to try to control, try to change people, and feel like, oh, they saying this. Women do this a lot too. They saying this in the beginning, like, oh, I'm gonna change his mind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. No, you're not. Unless that's what he want to do. You cannot control people. You can allow them to do, and you can't. You should trust people to do whatever they're gonna do. Realize who they are and expect them to be that person. Stop trying to make them be this delusional version of this person that you. And then people don't be having conversation. They probably had these thoughts in their head about what they wanted and never said that shit to each other. And then you just expected it was going to change. Why would you just think that if you ain't have no conversation? And I don't know if they did or not with each other, but I feel like probably not. People have conversations with other people about their relationship before they actually talk to the person that they're in a relationship with, and that's stupid to me because who is you? Why are you talking to them? They're not in the relationship. You're not sleeping with them. You don't have children by them. Like, so I don't understand. And most of the time, people outside the relationship be giving you bad advice because they'll tell a woman oh, you've been with him for 9 years, he didn't marry you, but the woman's happy. They're happy. They're not having any issues in their relationship. Maybe minor things, you might have disagreement, you're not gonna get along all the time, but they tell you, oh, you've been together for too long. If he don't propose, you need to leave him. Don't listen to that woman. It's stupid. Why would you tell if it's things going on or he whooping her, or something like that? If it's an unhealthy or a toxic relationship, but if they're happy, you pushing your norms or projecting your beliefs or what you think how it should be. Like you think you have to get married, so you telling other people they have to. If they don't want to do that and they're happy with the way things are and they're healthy, the relationship is healthy, they get up like everything's working out for them, then why are you trying to mess that up?
People don't like to see you doing good.
Hate.
It's like Simone Biles, the showrunner.
She
Like,
got her boobs done. I don't
yeah,
think she should have done that
like it's crazy because
because that's a health
remember she was
concern.
her boyfriend was the prize, this and that. So is he? Here we go again. Is this okay for him allowing her to get this done? Did she do this for him? Did he encourage her to do it? Do she feel prettier doing it? Does she feel less pretty without doing it? Like what could be the angle of her doing this, and why is it good? Why is it bad? Why do you think you wouldn't do it? Why do you think she shouldn't have did it? How do you feel about that?
Now here's the thing: there are some men, and I've heard men say this, that they'll tell their woman to do this, and there are some women that have gotten these procedures done, got their butt done, their breast, whatever, because their man said something about it. They were like, "Oh, you got a flat butt? Get your butt or get your boob, whatever." And they not with the dude anymore. I don't know if he told her to do this or not, but I don't think for health reasons. There are people dying. There are people getting infections. A lot of people, if they had the opportunity to do so, are getting it removed when they got BBLs and breast implants and all this stuff because they realize is detrimental to their health. If you know people, I don't want to get no surgery unless it's dire, unless it's a life or death situation, and they tell me, and I still would be skeptical. I'm like, you sure there's, I'm gonna get a second opinion because before you cut me open and you put me to sleep, and I don't know what the hell, it ain't even just what could happen with the surgery, what could go wrong with that. It's doctors in these rooms graping the women while they're unconscious, mouth graping them. This has literally happened. There are videos out. This stuff like this happens. They made a movie about it. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That's why that lady came after the family and tried to ruin her life and stuff or take over her family because her husband was a doctor that woman was going to see, and he was like fingering her when he was supposed instead of giving her a regular examination. And there were multiple other women that he did it to, but she had brought it to the light. She sued him, so it was on the news. Whatever, he killed himself, unalived himself. But this really happened. Like people do stuff like that. So knowing that this could possibly happen, no one is allowed in the surgical room normally when you have procedures and stuff like that. They don't allow you to have. Maybe if you're like a minor or something, a parent, depending. I think they allow you maybe one person, but in most cases, there's no one allowed in the room to be with you when you're undergoing surgery, other than the doctors and the staff that work in the hospital or whatever. So who's gonna protect you if something like that happens? You won't even know. There's somebody went to the dentist and she got pregnant. She was not even having sex. I think she said she was like celibate or something, or she hadn't had sex in a while. Smacks in a while. She went to the dentist and had oral surgery. They put her to sleep. I don't get when I go to the dentist. I had wisdom teeth pulled before. They did that shit while I was awake. I'm not you can choose if you want. I guess some people be moving too much or whatever. Like I did almost. Like I had a reaction. My hand just went up. Like when he started pulling the tooth, I'm like, and they was like, you gotta relax, cause. But it was just a reaction. I didn't do it on purpose. I could just. It didn't hurt, but the pulling, I could feel the pressure, and it felt crazy. And my hand just was like, he almost got smacked. He was like, you gotta relax. But that's why they be putting people to sleep. You don't have to get put to sleep to get oral surgery. But anyhow, she found out she was pregnant and she wasn't sleeping with nobody. That's what she said. Because the dentist raped her while he was supposed to be giving her performing oral surgery. That's like, if you know stuff like this could happen, forget what happens after the surgery or what could go wrong. You might lose your life. You might get an infection. You might they might mess it up. You might be botched, and you might have to go and get 10 more surgeries to correct it or whatever. But you could also get assaulted, and you won't even know. Somebody could do that to you and give you a disease. Like, it's just not. I think if somebody that care about you wouldn't even encourage you to do something like that when they if they recognize the risks that are involved. So if he's okay with, and I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know if she spoke. I would assume, I would think that you would speak with your partner about it if she decided to do this on her own. But I feel like there was some type of influence from him, and also because of the media, because people are talking about it, like, because she said he's a. She already know in her mind that on the market of dating, she is like lower than him. She feels that way herself. She knows he could have probably got a woman that looks better than him. So maybe that's the insecurity of her. And now after all that stuff happened and people was talking about like, oh, he's a product, da 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 da, whatever. Now she gotta compete when she didn't. She wasn't. Maybe she wasn't feeling like that before, but now it came to the light publicly. So it's affecting her and that made her, but I would like to think that if you cared about your partner and they came to you and said, babe, I want to do, and this has happened. There are people that have said, oh, I want to, they did it anyway, but they said, I want to get my breast done, or I want to do, and they're like, babe, you're perfect the way you are. You don't, like, I don't know if it was a reality show or something I was watching, and this woman was saying this to her man. He was like, no, don't do it. Everybody's perfect. She's like, I had a baby, and they call it a mommy makeover. Stuff like, I don't. It's not right now. I really want to do this so I could feel comfortable. He's like, I don't think you should do that. It's dangerous. Like, I like how you are now. Like, you're perfect to me. Like, I don't want you to do that. I think that's the appropriate response. But then, if the woman, it's her body, right? So if she, what is your response to that? If a woman tells you, your woman tells you she want to do that, and then you and then you tell her not to do it and she do it anyway. That's the question. Think about it. If you tell her not to do it, she come to you say she want to do that and she do it anyway. What would you do? How was everyone Thanksgiving? Please hold. Smiley went to get pizza. But I don't know. I think that people really need to mind their business because I was watching a podcast today. I don't know, they're talking points. People have podcasts and stuff, so they have to have content to discuss. But from a standpoint of like, okay, the Mario situation, Mario, the singer, said that he doesn't want to get married. He has a girlfriend and she's currently pregnant. He's said this more than once. This is the second time I heard him say it in an interview. And so, since he's saying this publicly, I'm assuming that she was aware that he didn't want to get married. And she decided to still get pregnant by him or whatever. I don't know if their pregnancy was planned but he's in a relationship with her and he's staying with her. He didn't just knock her up and choose to walk away. But people are saying, "Oh, that's crazy. Why would he knock her up if he doesn't want to get married?" People get married and get divorced. That doesn't mean. I mean, and that's assuming that he said, "Okay, I want to have a baby now. Let's do this." They probably were just sleeping together and not being protected, which I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do either. But it's like, who are we to tell people if they're in a happy relationship? Who are we to tell someone like, oh, you shouldn't, you need to leave, she pregnant. Why would you tell her to leave him if she's pregnant? He said he wants to be with her. He said he could foresee forever. It, that wasn't verbatim, but he it's not like a woman he was just sleeping with. That's his girlfriend. So I don't understand what the problem is, because there are people in long term relationships that have never gotten married and they are happy as far as we know, and their relationship has been successful because they still together. For example, and this is a celebrity because I'm just naming someone that other people would know. We don't all know the same people, average people personally, or whatever. Like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Hmm?
I don't want to see like that.
Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. They old as hell. And they're not married and they've been together for years. So shout out to them. I don't think you necessarily have to get married to, and if someone is happy not being married and their relationship is healthy, I don't think that people should be trying to force what they think is right on someone else if they're not hurting anyone. The only time I think you should, when it is still really not your business, because that don't mean they're gonna listen to you. The only time I think you should voice your opinion and try to tell somebody to leave someone is if they're getting abused or something like that, or they're abusing your child, or they're a threat to you, or some of your safety somehow, or something like that, or if their relationship is toxic, where is a things like that. But outside of that, if they're not hurting nobody, they're not hurting each other intentionally, because intent does matter. Then even if he cheated, they be like, "Oh, you need to leave him." She don't want to. That's why she's still with him. So just shut up. But then don't be complaining about that shit all the time either, because that shit be annoying. Like if somebody keep doing something to you that you don't want them to do, and um then you stay with them and they keep on doing it, and then I mean, hey, you accepting that. So I don't want to hear that. That's gonna be annoying to me. Like when people be dealing with something like, and I'm talking about in a relationship because you could choose to deal with that or not or whatever, and then it keeps on happening, and then you keep coming back and saying like, after a while, I don't want to hear that shit no more. If you want to stay with it, stay with them, because why are you staying with them if it's bothering you that much? This is what's gonna keep on happening. You must like it.
Right.
Or you like them more than whatever they're doing wrong to you, or love them more. So you're gonna have to take that L or leave. I don't want to keep hearing about it. But what would you do she came to you, your woman, if you're like, babe, I want to get breast implant, I want to get a BBL for my breast, and um well, not BBL, but the same thing. Like, cause they do that for your breast too, like suck the fat from somewhere else and just inject it. They don't even take your open you up. Like I think they just inject the fat into your breast. Because that's what they do
My
with the butt.
first,
But if you told her no and she still did it, what would you do?
okay, so my first response is no, and if she asks my opinion on it, do she need it? Should she get it? Whatever, it would be no, because I'm being honest. But my also supportive side would be we have to make the most safest decision possible, and we have to keep up with it. If you're willing to compromise and do that, then I'll consider it if you're doing it because this is gonna make you feel better about yourself. Because I don't want her to feel like she hates herself or whatever. I don't know. Women feel more confident, so she might want to do that for that. And I wouldn't want to be negligent and just saying no, and then she just goes and gets it done some cheap doctor in Miami or something like that instead of getting it done with a professional and having all the insurance and regular checkups that you need and whatever medication, whatever.
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't be okay with it, but like as well as I know, like most of the time, they're either gonna follow you and submit or they're not. And that's one of those things. That's not submission. If you tell her no and she goes on and does that anyway, she doesn't submit. So if she's not that type of woman, then you're gonna have pushback in those aspects of the situation because she doesn't trust your leadership and your judgment to make the best decision for both of you. You know, so
And also, that's another thing. People are not getting the proper care. They're not going to people like they getting a discount or whatever because they going somewhere. Well, sometimes you get a discount if you shout out the person, like bring them. So they, even if it's a good person, they do that. Like they'll be like, you get 20% off if you post me on your page if you're like a celebrity or something like that because they want more people to come. But like if you going to some cheap person or whatever and getting a botched job or whatever. Like that's like you need this is something that you need to spend money on. And sometimes you can spend money and they still might do some bullshit like leave a fucking instrument in you or something. Like because people are doctors are humans, right? Humans make mistakes. You know what malpractice look like? What the numbers are for that? How many people die from modern medicine, unalive from modern medicine? Not, and this is from things that need to be done or that they tell you if you sick or something, not no cosmetic surgery. So think about that, and then you try and get surgery for no reason because your feelings or whatever. Like
well,
that's crazy or whatever. But
shit. Remember, her man is the prize, and she want to be more the prize, so she feels like this is what women do to become the prize.
and then what else I was saying was like people go and they don't get the full treatment after you get the surgery. Because I was watching people that have gotten this done talk about it. You're supposed to go get lymphatic massages because how they do it, they don't open you up. They suck fat out of another part. Sometimes it might tell people to gain weight too. If they're too skinny, they might tell them you got to put on like 20 more pounds or something. And then
For a
they'll
BBL.
yeah, because all they're doing is moving the fat from somewhere on your body to your butt. So they might suck it out of your thighs, or if you're wherever the most fat is on your body, they'll take it from there,
So
and then they
it's
just
not
inject.
silicone.
No, it's a Brazilian butt lift. So they're using the fat from another part of your body to lift your butt. This is actual fat
Mm.
from your body. But
Oh, okay.
things can still go wrong because this is what okay. So after you get the surgery, there's the injection site. They put puncture wounds like an injection site. They inject the fat that they suck from wherever into your butt. So there's holes there. They have to heal. During that process, you're supposed to get lymphatic massages. Like they're supposed to massage it so the pus can come. You know, you ever seen like an open wound, or I know you seen like with blood or pus coming out of somebody before. Like it does have a smell, right? It doesn't smell. That's why people are saying, "Oh, BBL stink," because during the healing process, this is what goes on. The holes are and they're not getting the lymphatic massage. You can get an infection. All of that bad blood and pus and all that stuff that needs to drain out. You can't just leave it there. Some of these because that costs more money too. That's like physical therapy basically after the procedure or whatever. So if you don't go get that done, then there could be an issue. And if it's draining for a longer period of time than it's supposed to, that can be an issue because it's not supposed to continue. The holes are supposed to close up eventually, but before that, they have to drain, and that's why they say it stink because that smell. But what is happening is women are draining for longer. They're supposed to. They're not getting the lymphatic massages because some this girl talk about it. She was like it kept opening back up, like it would start to heal, and then it kept opening back up or whatever. Then they make you wear this thing called a faja or something. It's like a girdle, but it's like it's for to keep everything in
It's too
place
dangerous
until
though.
it heals. And you can't take it off, right? You gotta have that shit, and it stinks. I know someone that someone they was dealing with got it. They were telling me about it. Like they was like, it stink because you're draining in that. You can't take it off for a certain amount of time. You have to. I don't know, and I don't think you can take a shower right away either. So because you can't, you gotta lay on your stomach. You can't sit down for a certain. I mean, but this for your butt. Your breast is different, but they I think they do the fat transfer for your breast now too. You can still get whatever type you want, but that's like the newest. That's the more modern way to do it or whatever, which actually makes more sense because it's not a foreign object, but there's still risk involved. So, like I said. I understand that's your man if he told you to do it, whatever. I don't know, but I feel like I wouldn't want to be with someone that would tell me to potentially risk my life because anytime that you go on an operating table, that's what you're doing. So if you don't have to do it, then I would advise women not to.
Well, from that point, we got dear people getting shot. So
Hmm?
with that point, we got dear people being shot. So there's all types of transformities happening in the world.
Yeah, he's a trans deer. I don't know. What is a deer? What type of animal
A mammal.
is it?
It is a mammal, but I don't know what they call it.
So it's a trans mammal.
Venison.
No, that's a
That's the
type
meat.
of
That's the
yeah.
meat. Yeah.
But what is a deer?
Bipodal.
Eh,
No, quad
A ruminant mammal,
ruminant. Okay, maybe ruminant. Ruminant around.
trans ruminant
That's crazy.
mammal. But it is a mammal, so I guess you would say trans mammal.
But he was
But
he was standing up.
he really looked like a deer, though.
Yeah,
But he just was standing up. He wasn't on all
the
fours.
dude got him, bro.
He knew. This is an excuse for racism because now, if you, I don't know if with the race of the person, but I'm just thinking about this, like being proactive, like how this is crazy and what could happen.
Mm.
If you're a person of color and you do something like that, they could be like they could get away with it because but they could have known it could have been possible that they knew that what your color was, what your race was, but because you were just like a deer, they got away with it because they like, oh,
So
it
let me
really
ask
looked
you
like a
this:
deer. They be
Do
getting
you
away with
think
it anyway. But
it's reckless or possibly dangerous to not have actual biological identifiers in some cases? Like this could be an example because I said that um, political political views shouldn't include your sexual orientation. I stand on that. I don't know who might agree or don't agree, but I think like us separating them to a whole community that have a voting class is kind of careless, and it's kind of like an example. And it might be extreme, but this is an actual example. An example of a South Carolina man who identified as a deer accidentally getting shot. Like
I just want to point out that that's not.
deer rights, man, deer rights are going to be the other thing. Like they're going to have their own rights. You cannot shoot a man deer. You have to pay
Yeah,
closer
but that's
attention.
not the same as sexuality. That's identity. Cause you think
But
you're and
but
you say
but
you
but
think
when
you're
they
an
say
animal.
but when they say LGBT, they're saying that
Yeah,
they like a certain type
and this
of da
is
da da
my
da da.
argument.
How
No,
can
they're
that be
not.
a
That's
political?
not what trans is. That's
No,
who
no,
you
no. I'm
are.
talking
That's not
about
what you're.
I'm talking about the LD the
I
alphabet
know.
community
That's what I'm
together.
saying. It shouldn't even be together, in my opinion,
Okay, all
because
right. So that's a
trans
different argument.
is your identity. Because he's saying he a deer. That has nothing to do with what he's sexually
But I'm saying
attracted
that's
to.
that's still delusional
It
to
is
me.
weird, but I'm saying
But
they're completely
to that
different.
to
Because
that
that's not
effect,
what you're.
I don't think those delusions should have a place in a political discussion, but they do, and somehow those things lead to carelessness, where we can't just say men have rights and women have rights. We have to say men, women, this, 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 and then it becomes
I
something
think
of
if
what
you
your
are walking
orientation is
around
sexually.
dressing like a deer, then you need he needs a caregiver. That's something is wrong with you. If you really did all that, and the guy dressed as a dog too, and the only difference between transgender, that's weird too, but it's a little more outlandish to dress up like an animal because at least these people are functioning and going to work. I know good and damn well this dude is not Well, if he is going to work dressed like that, then that's different because you bug. They're both weird, but I think there's a distinction between someone under the impression that they were supposed to be born an animal, but they ended up in a in a human body, as opposed to someone that's saying, "Oh, I was supposed to be a man and I'm a woman." They're both weird, but they still function and go to work and do. And that's not as outlandish as something like that. You putting yourself in danger now because somebody can say that, "Oh, I thought you was a real deer. I was hunting," and now somebody took you. Did he unalive or did they just shoot him?
I don't think he it was fatal. I think it was just
Well, he better start. They need to do a
gotta be careful.
72-hour
Or these
hold.
deers gotta wear bulletproof vests. These deer people. You
They
know what I
gotta.
mean?
They need to
Be
do a
safe.
72-hour hold. I don't know what happened, but they need to do an evaluation. He doesn't
He was
need
a
to be.
martyr for gun control.
I don't think he needs to be walking
Threw
around
himself out
if
there.
he think he a
He
deer.
was like,
And the
NRA,
dog
look
people
at
and
me.
monkeys and all whoever you dressing up
Try to
as.
take his horns off real quick.
Because it
That's
really looks like a deer. His whole face. I don't know what he got in much of his makeup, a
he
mask,
dope. Like
or what.
he
Like
put a lot of work
it
into it.
really looks like a real deer, but he's just standing up instead of all on four.
Halloween.
If he wasn't standing straight up, then you would think that I could see why they shot him. They thought you was a real. And then when you be going hunting, they don't be right next to the they be far away when they be shooting them. So you did that to yourself. Something wrong with him. He need to go
he
get.
wanted he wanted to get shot.
He need to go get
He was like
a
a
mental
jackass character.
evaluation. That is
Johnny
crazy.
Knoxville came out after that. Like, hey, wait, that's my friend. It's a prank. Oh, so Alabama Teacher of the Year fired and suspended.
How she fired and suspended?
And suspended. She was suspended first and then fired.
Okay.
Um, for video of putting belt to ass. I gotta say belt to ass of her 12-year-old son. He did something he wasn't supposed to do. How do we feel about parents going back to the old ways? Do we want our kids to be like NBA YoungBoy? NLE Choppa doesn't. Do we let our kids continue to just be influenced by society, or do we nip it in the bud in the household some type of
NBA
way? How do
young
we do
boy
it?
got bad kids, yo. I seen a video and they was like they were
Do
hugging
you want your kid to have many
his
kids?
his baby mom or his
Some would
new
say
wife
yeah.
his new wife. They were all like, I'm like, damn, yo, you got a whole basketball team, more than a basketball team. Cause how much you have starting five? How many people be on the team? Actually, that nigga got like 10 kids, and he not even 30. He like
He a goon,
25,
yo. That's goon life.
and
He
he's
just do
married now. Nah, but I hope he done. He don't need to have no more. Cause I ain't never seen them all together, and that wasn't even all of them either. I don't think, but it was like six, and they all like the same age and shit. Like this shit is hilarious. Like it's
Yeah,
not
man.
even. Listen,
Be fruitful and multiply, young man. These women letting you be that they want to be known as being your baby mom. You're gonna have a legacy for years, but you gotta be in those kids' lives.
yeah, that's good that he's, taking care of. He had a big house. He has his kids in the videos. He has had his children in music videos before too. So I mean, that's good that he's there. But I just think, first of all, he was not ready, and with his mentality, maybe he's getting better now because he's getting older. And he done went to jail. Hopefully, he stay out this time. He out, right? Yeah, he's on tour. So hopefully
I
he
think
don't.
I think my brother told me his tour ended. He done with his tour. He made a response to NLE Choppa too.
Oh,
But
he did.
yeah, I never heard it.
Oh.
NLE Choppa put out a new one too.
And to answer your question, no, I don't think that. Yeah, I seen that. Something is wrong with him.
Is
I don't know.
yo Accent is creative.
It
You
is
got to give it
creative.
to him. He all these tracks like according to his era, he's probably the most creative right now in his era. He's like the Tyler the Creator of his era.
He didn't. I don't
He
think he did that.
he.
I think
I mean,
that
look,
was the
these videos
treatment
are
the producer or the director
maybe he did
came up with
three,
that.
and the producer. I mean, the
He
producer just
probably ain't
doing diss
saying
tracks
the
for him.
word. I
But
ain't
yeah, but
until
but
the
I'm
music
saying like the way
video
that the videos is directed, it's gotta be something to.
had nothing to do with what
You
he
don't
talk
think he
about.
got nothing to do with it? Okay, all right.
I said it don't got nothing to do with what he talk about. The
No,
video
no, it
is
don't. No, I'm just saying artistically it's very expressive.
he
Like
could,
it's like some
but
you trying to do like something
usually the
Michael Jackson.
artists
It might be a little
don't
deeper meaning to it
be involved in that. The
because they said
treatment is
NBA
done.
YoungBoy doing Michael Jackson numbers.
That's what they call it. They call it the treatment. That's usually come up with the. He could be involved in it. I don't know, but typically the artists don't make the music video or interject with it when they might pick their love interests or something like that, like who the women that's gonna be in the video, stuff like that. But as far as what it's about, cause that shit don't never match.
He got little dance numbers in his
That shit
video and
don't
all
never
types of
match.
stuff. Like his video's crazy, yo.
That shit don't never match what the song be about. The video never match what they talking about. It be some dark ass. It'd be like some day in hell or something, and they talking about love. Like what the hell? You sitting there with the devil or something, and
It's called Hello Revenge. He started off with like little Genesis quotes from the Bible. Then he got Revelations in there. Uh, different little Matthew, different little Psalm, another Psalm joint, Philippines,
but I don't think
Romans,
that. I think you should be
Exodus,
your kids' influence. They shouldn't
Revelation.
be so wrapped up in the internet so much that it's a becoming an influence on them. You should teach them discernment. They should know right from wrong. So they should know if they are watching these certain stuff, which I think you should limit how much they watch these videos and stuff like
What's with
that,
this
and
Michael
and,
Jackson
and
stuff
certain
though? Everybody on
content.
this.
You should limit that because is not. I don't think most of this stuff is for children at a certain age. But if you are going to let them watch, you need to make sure that they are aware of what right and wrong and realize that this is entertainment. That doesn't mean you go out and do this. This is a movie. This is a song. This is not. Don't go out and stab somebody because you watch Scream. Like that. That's not what you should. So if your child has the mindset that they would do something
Five
like that, then they
Isaiah
don't need to
quotes,
be
a
watching.
Matthew quote, an Exodus quote, a Revelations quote. Then he doing the Michael Jackson stuff with the cowboy outfit on.
Where's the lighter?
I don't know what's going on here. It's a lot going on.
NLE Choppa is weird. I actually like NBA YoungBoy's music. I didn't really listen to his new stuff, but his older songs around like when he first came out, I like him. I'll be listening to some of his songs sometimes. I wake up and boom bop. Like I don't know. He be having mad energy. Like and
This is
some of the
mad
stuff that
energy.
that
This
he's
is
saying,
crazy.
I don't like NLE Choppa. I think he's corny.
Ah,
I don't. He's corny. I heard his other music. I don't think he makes good
he
music.
doing a lot here though. It's a lot going on. Got a
That's why
little.
he's doing all that because he can't rap. So he doing all these extra theatrics and stuff to make it stand out because he can't just stand there and rap like
I mean,
a normal
it's
person.
interesting though to do this while you rapping. This is different. I mean, and
If you're
if
not
he's saying
rapping, that's a
something,
recording.
if he's not
They don't
saying
rap
nothing that
live while they record
okay,
the
all
video.
right, I'll give him that. He not pulling a Michael Jackson. Okay. Michael Jackson will say stuff he could do while he was dancing though. He be like, "Ooh, ah, oh." You could do that while you dancing.
But they don't do that. They have the playback and they just shoot the scene with the music playing when they shoot the video.
Nah, you say it, you lip sync it, or you say it
Yeah,
out
they
loud,
they
but they
lip.
don't have your vocals.
Yeah, it'd be the background. So it doesn't matter. Even if they are saying it, they have the background vocals. So that's
His
what's easier.
video is interesting. There's a lot going on. He got the Wakanda dancers out. It's a lot going on here. All right, I've seen enough. It's a long video. It's 4 minutes and 58.
I don't even know why you
I don't know.
watching it.
I don't know. I wasn't gonna put it in the description, but you guys can check it out. You know, it's out there. NLE the Great. It's called Hello Revenge. It's a Young Boy disc. I haven't heard Young Boys, and I don't want to play Young Boys and not play his, so I'm not gonna play neither one of them. But Young Boy apparently has one. I just want to see if it exists. Let me see. Young Boy, this NLE Choppa. You know, you go by the date. Oh, this came out 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Cause he done made like 4 disc
Creep,
records.
Creep NLE Choppa disc. Okay, it's called Creep, and it's shorter, and it's not like an actual. Let's see how the video looks. Simple video, very simple. Not a whole bunch of dancers and a whole bunch of
It's a regular music
stuff.
video
Regular
that go.
video,
Which what you talking about?
but it go with beef. The creativeness is more creative, artistic beef. But is it when they make it like
NLE just being good. He not. They ain't really. He just doing that just to so people could so we can do what we doing right now.
and he got the words coming on the screen because you're not really paying attention to what's going on. You just listening to it, and it's a loop at that. It's a damn loop.
Oh, so this ain't no
No,
video. They
it's
just
an
did
official
that.
video, but it's a loop. All right. Well,
Who posted it?
Lil Top Archive. Look, I don't know about they beef. You know what I mean? It's not my beef.
It's not real. He NLE Choppa is weird.
I don't know, man. You be trying to say they not gangsters, y'all. Like, I don't know, man. I think they be about their life, but they be always having something to prove to each other. Like they might not really be active like that, but they've done some following type of shit, so they've been involved in some shit. You know what I mean?
Well, we
I
know
don't think they
NBA
innocent.
YoungBoy did it, but I don't know about. I wasn't
He
even
used to
saying
roll with
that.
Dirk and them.
I wasn't
He
even
Dirk and them boy.
well, because you got friends that
Yeah,
do
but
certain
they
stuff, but
but
you
they
don't
only
do it.
roll with certain type of people. They say that's what I'm saying. They don't, they play by a different type of
I
rules.
wasn't even saying that though. I'm saying that the song is corny, and I don't think there's no real nothing going on. Because
Okay,
from a standpoint, they're not about to do nothing. He just having fun because this going on. He trying to get people to talk about it, so he did all the extra theatrics. And I don't think, I mean, NBA YoungBoy ain't the best rapper either, but I actually listen to some of his music. I listen to NLE Choppa, and I don't like his music. So that's why he doing, like I said, doing all the extra stunts in the video and stuff because he can't rap. So I don't know.
but he got a
Um,
message in what he's saying. What he's saying is like, yo, your music is poison for the youth, and he's the truth, and you know what I mean, things of that nature. So he's saying stuff like that. It is the type of like Kendrick versus Drake type of thing, but they from the same place. What you looking at me for? They from the same place. What you mean? They are.
I'm
They
not
both
even
from.
going
They
to
both from New
respond to
Orleans.
that.
They're from the Northern. But in any case, I mean, I'm not a fan of neither like that. No disrespect, respectfully. You know what I mean? But really, I was just saying I wouldn't want my kid really listening to that stuff.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
the Alabama teacher of the year, she gets fired for putting belt to ass to her 12-year-old. So like, do we feel like parenting is has gotten to softer level of parenting, whereas the society as a whole is gonna just say, no, that's perfectly right. Who's gonna take care of them kids now? You know, it's one of
Where did
those.
she go? She's in jail.
Um, well, she got fired. I don't think she in jail, but
So what are they talking
now she
about? Who's
gotta
going
get
to
a
take
job.
care?
Huh? Well,
That's why I asked you that, cause so who's going to take care of her? She just gonna have to find
if
another
I
job.
mean
She better
if she
drive
went to
Uber.
jail, yeah, that would be something else. But even still, like not having no bread,
She better
it's
drive
gonna be tough.
Uber. if she got a car.
That's true. She could try and figure out something else to do.
If you do that shit all
She
day,
gonna have to
then
sacrifice.
you could make a full time job for the pay. You could do the same. You could do the same hours like
How
you
you
do.
how you, but how you a teacher? Like yo, I feel like she must be an aggressive teacher because like she just
How
go home
bad
and beat
was it?
her
Was it
kids.
like
She
abuse
nah
or
she
was it
hit.
like
It's a video. She hit the kid. I don't got the video to share with people. I could get it and put it in here. I guess. I really don't like to promote that type of shit, but she hit the kid 22 times, like you know what I mean, with a belt. But he had his clothes on, you know what I mean. It was still pretty forceful, like
how many times
And I think she hit him in the face with it like one time by accident type shit. It looked like it was
when
an
you get a
accident.
whooping? How many times do they usually?
How many lashes?
Yeah,
How many lashes?
because 22, I feel
It
like
depends on what it seems. It seems
this is my
excessive, right?
thing. This is why I just
It's
don't
like
think
what do you
I
what?
just don't
Because they
think people
normally
should
say
do.
what the punishment is in between lashes. Like they be
Didn't
like,
I tell
right,
you
and
not
and
to?
that's the lesson. Like you learn the lesson with the lashes. The lashes is the lesson
So it might
per.
be 10 if they saying it with every
So it was a
word.
lot
You
of
feel
shit.
me?
It was a paragraph of shit, and
That's what
and
I'm
he
saying.
got it
So where do we draw?
to belt the
This is
ass.
why I don't think.
12-year-old boy though,
This
boy
is
mom.
why I don't think that you should be whipping your children because I feel like where do we draw the line? We can't even discern like what's too far or
22 is
whatever. I
crazy.
feel like yeah, that is. But I feel like before that is too much. Like, cause why are you sitting here talking while you each lash saying a syllable or whatever? Like this, I don't think I don't think it's necessary. If you raise your kids from the beginning a certain way, and as they're growing up, as they're starting to do stuff, if they did it, they can understand when you say that that's wrong because they were able to do it, whatever it was. So as soon as they start exhibiting behavior that you don't like or you don't want them to continue, you tell them no, stop, don't do that, don't laugh at it and encourage it because then it progresses and when they get older, the things that they do become worse. Now you're embarrassed because you out in public and they called you a bitch and now you want to punch them in the face. That's not. You should have been disciplining them before, not laughing and making them think it's funny when they talk back to you or when they do things that you don't want them to do.
Randy Nicole Jackson Staples was her name. Randy Nicole Jackson Staples was arrested and charged with willful abuse
Oh,
of a
she was
child
arrested.
under age of 18 on November 16th. Staples worked as a teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy in Mobile, Alabama, where she was previously named Teacher of the Year. Staples was arrested after a video went viral that purports to show her allegedly beating her son with a belt. Former Alabama teacher Randy Nicole Jackson Staples has been arrested after viral video purports to show her allegedly beating her son with a belt. So she was
And then you
arrested.
recorded yourself on top. That's another thing I don't like. People need to stop doing that. Stop recording yourself disciplining your children. Like, why does the world need to see that? You wouldn't be arrested in the first place if she never recorded it. Why are you posting that online? That's what you get. And then the kids the one, cause yeah,
Don't feel
now who
bad,
gonna
right?
take care of the kids because you locked up? People are stupid. Like
Yeah.
people be pissing me off. Like the world is starting to get on my nerves. Like I just be wanting to be in the house and be in my own cocoon because people be doing some dumb stuff. You go outside every time go online, you see something stupid. Somebody doing something stupid. Somebody saying something stupid. People worried about the wrong stuff, the stuff they need to be worried about. They'll argue with you and say it's not important. So it's like I don't know. I'm just getting fed up. I feel like I understand how God felt when he like I need to teach y'all a lesson. Cause y'all out here wilding, bro. Y'all out here wilding. And I think it's them times is coming. And people think somebody was on Kendra G and they said that it was like people think they crazy because they'll say things like that, like because they read the Bible and they're like, this is the book of Revelation. It seems to be coming true. And they be like, oh, they don't want to talk to you or they uninterested because you saying stuff like that. But what if it is true? Some things have come true that they said, like, and I think people just be afraid, so they try to dismiss it, like, oh, okay, because we don't really know. But the only thing that makes it seem like it's happening is because things that has actually been outlined are actually happening. So it's like, is it a coincidence or? I mean, if one plus one equals two, I don't know, but I think it's easier for people to be like, "Oh, you're crazy," because there's nothing they can do about it, so it scares them at the thought that this could be real. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, what you gonna do? And we not gonna know. We could be wrong. Maybe it's not happening, but you just gotta enjoy the time that you got here. And I don't know, but
Now,
maybe don't enjoy it too much, just in case you going to hell. So I don't
well,
know.
shit, they trying to destroy us themselves. Like Bill Gates funded toxic chemicals to be sprayed on our food. Like, what's that about?
They've been spraying toxic chemicals on the food. They put stuff on the fruits and vegetables. When you go, like, though all the meat and stuff is processed, they inject hormones into these. They've been doing this, But the fact that Bill Gates is what is the word, is funding it,
Mm,
is that's crazy. Because why are you on board with this?
right.
He obviously not eating that stuff. Just like the Campbell's guy, the Campbell soup CEO or somebody that works for Campbell's said Campbell's is for poor people. And he said, and he was like, and I don't eat that shit anyway.
And he was
It's
on
printed.
camera. He
Yeah,
got caught on camera saying it.
yeah.
Like
He
these
was
niggas
like
is crazy.
meat that come out of a printer or something. That's what he said. And then he was like, if knowing what's in that stuff, I definitely would eat it, even if I didn't think it was for poor people.
Wow.
Like, but it is true. That's not no damn real chicken. And then it ain't even nothing in there. It's like little cubes of chicken and some thin ass noodles or some overcooked noodles. They dissolve in your mouth and shit or
That's
whatever, and
crazy.
like is a bunch of broth and salt. That's
They be
really
saying calcium on the can and
it.
everything.
Got mad shit in there that you're not supposed to be ingesting. I don't eat no shit in the can because,
Oh
well, I'm not
god.
gonna say nothing. Once there are some things I like. I do like chili, the Campbell's chili, but I don't be eating it like that. But
It's still bad.
I know that's why I said I don't eat it like that. But aside from that, I don't eat that stuff.
Bad
But
in
people be
moderation.
cooking with the cream of mushroom soup. They use it as a base to cook their, like, if they smother in chicken or stuff like that or whatever. So that's why I was, because people was like, well, guess what? Somebody was like, I still got my, because that's what people gonna say. They like, we're gonna. It's the same thing
It
about, like,
lasts
we said.
forever, yo.
They
In them
said if we
cans.
gonna die, then whatever. I've been eating it since I was a kid. That don't mean you have to
You
eat
could
it
take
now.
them into a fucking a bomb shelter and leave it in there
Yeah.
just in case something happened and
And
eat
you
them
going and when you eat
a
it,
hundred
it's
years
gonna be
later.
a bomb shelter living in you.
It's better than starving.
You ain't gonna have to worry about starving. You eat enough of it
Yeah,
that you won't be here to eat nothing.
it's all right.
But people don't care. They like, and because people was
It's
like,
two ways to go out
cause he said it's only for poor people.
that
People
people
was
don't
like,
mind.
well, I'm poor people, so I'm. But then somebody made a video showing people how to make their own cream of mushroom soup that they could use to for a base or whatever they cook with it for. Because usually they don't eat that; they use it to cook with or whatever. But this lady, because it is a lot of time. That's in everything that we eat, but I feel like more so in canned goods and like. I try not to get packaged vegetables, like frozen vegetables, or like I try to get the one that and they probably spraying whatever that water is that they spraying on it probably got some shit in it that you ain't supposed to have. But that's why you're supposed to wash your stuff off before you eat it. But I try to get when I get vegetables, I get it from where the water be spraying on it, or go to like a place that's sometime, or even when I order food, sometime I'll get from like a restaurant that's supposed to be healthy or whatever. So, get smoothies and healthy wraps and stuff like that. I don't do it all the time, but I try to be more conscious of what I put in my body because it's a a certain amount of it. Once it has to build up in your body for you to get sick. That's what happens. The toxins from it builds up over time, and that's why people end up getting cancer and all this type of stuff. But people be like, "Fuck it, I gotta eat," and some people is poor, and that's why they get it's cheap or whatever. Like you said, it's better than starving. But we gotta start growing our own vegetables. So keep saying this all the time.
I mean,
And
it's a good little I guess affirmation to have, I guess.
or at least
But
try.
people gotta
People
do
got
it.
somebody got every morning. I be hearing doo 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 doo
Somebody
doo
got a
doo
rooster.
doo.
Somebody
Yeah,
probably do got a
they
rooster.
got chicken and
That's
somebody
crazy.
else. So I was walking.
Niggas be making eggs now because they tired of paying $12 for a dozen eggs. Like, so they like, yo, I gotta make my own,
They
and they be selling
making.
them. Yeah, well,
Don't
they
say
got their own
making
chicken.
because then it sound
Well, how else
because
do you do it?
that's what they
People
doing.
can't hatch an
They
egg
is
out their
making
butt.
because they do that they're making eggs. They said that too in the labs.
Well, these people don't got no damn lab
No, but
money.
I know I'm saying they do that now. They're having bioengineer, and it says
Nah,
it
they
on the
got they got
label.
chickens and shit. They buying chickens and
Yeah,
they selling people they chickens they chicken eggs that's freshly made. But they're not they're not what you call it, fertilized eggs. So they're not having intercourse with a rooster and having them. They're just laying eggs because they naturally lay eggs. So they just laying eggs and they get them together and they get rid of them. You buy it.
yeah, that's what you need to do. Or get your chicken and cut it up yourself. And if you
I
want
remember
chicken,
it was a story. This lady, they had a pet rooster, and the rooster attacked her daughter with the claw and scratched her. So the mother got mad and took the rooster and chopped it up, plucked the feathers off of it, and cooked it and made a nice sauce for it and put it on the daughter little special little plate and gave it to her like for chicken nuggets. And her daughter ate them.
did she know? I
So
mean, what's the
she
difference?
didn't know it was her pet. She just knew something happened because he had hurt her, but she didn't know she was eating it.
Yeah, there be people.
Is
I
that
was
crazy?
I was walking down. I mean, it's chicken. I think it's the same as the regular chicken. Um, I I was walking down the street and there's somebody around the corner. They got like a little coop in the front of their house, like a little mesh gate, and they had like chickens and other stuff in there, like a bunch of little.
But that's
Mm.
not wild. Like yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
her
that's
pet.
that's
It's like like say her pet
yeah. Oh, it was her pet.
dog. Yeah. It was a rooster, like what I mean. And
Who the fuck have a rooster for a
they
pet
country,
anyway?
they country. But then
People
I'm
be
like,
having pigs too. Cause
yeah,
Sean had a
but
pig.
say the same thing. Like they bumped their head because the pig bumped into them or something. And they cooked it and made bacon. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a lot of
do you think
bacon.
that's do you think that's like
What is
kind
bacon?
of
The skin?
barbaric? I don't know what part. I think it might be the sides, maybe, because it's more than just the top. It's like layers of it.
I don't buy bacon, but if I get a sandwich sometime, depending on what kind
Shit,
of
right?
sandwich, I might get it up there. But I stopped getting it from the grocery store. But I miss like some nice bacon in the morning with some eggs. And
I try my hardest not to miss it because I I
I
think
mean, I'm
like
not
now
purposely
I
missing
feel
it,
like I'm
but
more conscious of what I put in my body. Like if pause when I'm eating, I only eat certain types of foods. So my diet is stricken, and in a way it becomes more expensive because I have to be selective. Like it's certain things that I can't have at a certain period of time. I try not to eat a lot of cheese, but cheese
Right.
is a big part of my diet because it's the alternative of everything else. So like I'll eat chicken, I'll eat turkey, I'll eat different seafoods, but I won't eat pork, I won't eat beef, I won't eat lamb, I won't eat oxtail, I won't eat anything like that, any like mammal or whatever, and I won't eat pork to any degree. So like it's a challenge because everything doesn't taste good in the alternative. So you have to find dishes that suit for that selection. So it's like I prefer like if I have chicken, chicken complements seafood better than turkey does. Turkey doesn't really complement seafood. I might want a seafood Alfredo with chicken. I don't want a seafood Alfredo with turkey. It just even sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
But I like turkey. But I would have a turkey so cold cut, but it would have to be smoked or something like that. Just turkey by itself, it just I don't know something about it. And duck, I would love duck, but I just don't normally get duck.
You can get some and go shoot it.
Nah, cause duck you gotta have it either fresh or it's gonna be
Yeah.
gamey.
Go. It's fresh if you shoot it.
Nah, that's
And
gamey. That's what I said. You don't want it like
oh, if you can, oh, could they do it nicely so that it make
that.
it
Nah,
taste different?
when you shoot it with a gun, it's got that like gunpowder and all that stuff. Like you know what I mean? It's really like it's got a smoke that like it was like shot, like it was
But
killed. So
also
it's
they
got a
say it
different
tastes
texture.
different because a chemical is released when they kill them like that. That goes into their body and it don't taste good. But they said they do it nicely to it so they don't be scared. Cause that's what they
If you
when they
kill
get
it with an
scared.
arrow, then it might be different. But if you kill it with like a gun, like it's not gonna taste good. I only have well, I've had duck, but I've only had venison and that's it. Like I never had anything else that was hunted. Venison is deer meat.
Yeah, I know. Valerie used to eat that.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Um, Yeah, I try. So like I limit myself. I haven't totally removed pork from my diet, but I don't buy it at the grocery store. So it's like a treat. Like if like I said, if I get like and I do eat beef, but I also eat like when I make spaghetti or something, I get ground turkey. Like instead of getting ground beef. So I don't really buy that either, like for the house. But like if I want to order out or go as get a sandwich or something, if I get a steak and cheese, I'll get bacon on it. Sometimes just get it like that. So I'm like limiting it. I didn't remove it totally, but I don't eat pork. I haven't had pork chop in like because I would buy that at the grocery store. I never ordered pork chop if I went somewhere, but I haven't bought that in years. Because I don't really, that wasn't really, I mean, I made it sometime, but it wasn't really my thing. I could do without it. So it was easy to like cut that out. And, but bacon, I love bacon. And yeah, cheese. I don't buy cheese. Like I'll get like lunch meat to make like in front of deli. So like, so I can make sandwiches. I'll get turkey or chicken breast lunch meat. But and I get the other stuff, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. I also change the mayonnaise that I get because Hellman's and other main brands got some chemical in it that I found out that I don't. So I get QP. I was already getting QP or whatever, but I
What's
get that.
QP?
That's the type of mayonnaise, and it doesn't have that. I forgot what the chemical is called, but it's
Peanut
a lot.
mayonnaise,
No, it's a
almond
crazy
mayonnaise,
word. You said no, it's not almond. It just don't have. It's not necessarily healthier. It's still mayonnaise, but
quinoa.
it just don't have
It's
that
got
one.
quinoa.
No, it's not. You're because you're saying it's healthier. I'm just saying that one ingredient that's like really bad, and that's in most mayonnaise. This don't have it. Aside
Oh,
from that, it's still mayonnaise, but it don't. It just don't have. I can't remember what the name of the ingredient is. But
some of that stuff be tasting like glue, like the Elmer shit.
that's why I said this is good, man. It does taste different than Hellman's though, but it's because it's like a little sweeter. And I don't really, I like Hellman's better, but I was already buying that because I just tried it one day. I think I was watching a mukbang and somebody was using that or something, and I was like, let me try this. And then I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It just tastes different in Hellman's. It's like a little sweeter, but and I actually do like Hellman's better, but I'm like, I was already using it anyway, so I'm about to just get this. Um, there are other mayonnaise that don't have that ingredient, but most of the like main brands, probably like Dukes and Hellman's. I don't think we have Dukes up here. That may be like in the south or something. But the main, the the one that everybody get, the what you call, not the store brand, the other, it has that in it. So yeah, I try. It's hard, and I have lately been eating a lot of snacks, like a lot of chips, and I had stopped for a while eating so much junk, but lately I had some ice cream and cookies and just a bunch of junk. 'Cause I don't even eat ice cream like that because, like you said, oh, that's what I was about to say. When I get cold cuts, I don't get cheese. Like I only get cheese if I'm cooking something. Like if I'm making spaghetti. When I make spaghetti, I like to put shredded cheese on top of it. At not in the whole thing, but like when I make my plate instead of parmesan, I put shredded cheese on it and warm it up. If I'm making lasagna or something like that, then I'll get cheese. But for like to make sandwiches, I don't be putting cheese on my sandwich. And like I said, I don't eat ice cream like that, but once in a while I'll eat it because, and I noticed that I just feel weird. And then it was like, that's why you feel bloated like that when you eat it because it got mucus in it or some shit. Then
Mm.
in that video, um, that lady she was showing the ice cream, the gallon of ice cream, and she said it don't even say ice cream no more. It say frozen dessert. Like
You eating frozen
she
desserts
had
now at
two,
Dairy Queen.
she had two of the same
Frozen desserts.
gallon of ice cream, and one said it was ice cream and she had that already, and then the one she got, the new one, said frozen dessert, but it was the same. It was Breyer's vanilla or something.
That's crazy. Gotta be careful, y'all.
I don't understand. I mean, it's about money because they do this because if they can produce it themselves, mass produce it,
Yeah, that's what
then
the
it's a
McDonald's
go.
thing. That's how the invention of the shake, where it came into a powder, and the original owners was like against it. But the dude came in and he was like, "Nah, let's do these," and it became a big hit, and they started making mad money, and then they bought them out. Became a $1 billion industry after they bought them out for a few million.
Yeah, I think I watched the movie.
Dirty, dirty.
Yeah, but that's what they this country is just a business and it's based off of they're unaliving us just so they can make more money. This is why everybody getting sick. There be people that be working out, but they still got to eat. And if you eating anything, it's not even nothing that you can unless you going to the farmers market or if you growing your own stuff or getting something shipped up here from another country because other countries don't be doing this stuff to their food. They care more about the people in some capacity. Like when it comes to things like that, like some countries have universal health care. They just take the taxes out of your check and you don't have to pay when you go to the doctor. And then they don't put all these chemicals and stuff in the food. Like it's you they have the same stuff because somebody did a video. They went to the grocery store in another country. I forgot where they went, but they went to the grocery store and they showed America's um cereal. Like they was getting different stuff and like showing like looking at the back of the ingredients and it was like this is from America and this is from this place and they don't have all them extra ingredients in it. And they'll use instead of dyes, they'll use other other type of food to give color to things. Like they'll use the juice of a cherry or something. I don't know. That's not really, but something like that to give something its color instead of using a dye because a lot of those countries is banned for them to even use it because they know that it causes cancer and stuff. They don't have Skittles, and I forgot where it was. They don't do Skittles and Mountain Dew because they all got that red 40. But that's only one thing that's in. They got 20 other chemicals that we not be supposed to be consuming. Then you go to fast food restaurants, they be putting a bunch of stuff in their food too. They used to have the ingredients of Chick-fil-A on the thing, but but they took it down because somebody it went viral because they was talking about it. It was like, look at what's this the stuff that's in here or whatever. These are like basically man-made drugs, like chemicals, like or whatever that they're putting in it for mass production or I don't know or whatever. And then they have to put something else to cover up the taste of whatever you putting in here or whatever. And then, but when it went viral, they took the ingredients down. They used to have it up inside the restaurant, but they took it down after it went viral. And but some restaurants have some Chick-fil-A's have a warning on the window that their food may contain cancerous chemical or something. Somebody went somewhere and there was a Chick-fil-A and it's but they don't do it everywhere. That's only certain ones. It's probably some states
Why
because
I
I
want to
know
eat something that's
California
gonna give me cancer? Like that's crazy.
because I know California banned in schools. They banned the flaming hot Cheetos or the Takis or whatever in schools in California. So some
It's hot as
states
hell
are
out there
trying
though.
to
They want
make,
to eat hot stuff.
but because it's not good for you though. So they started to take it out of the schools. So some states are starting to make changes in the U.S. are starting to realize, but it's not. It's never done as a whole country. They always every time they pass a law or something, it's always state by state. I don't know why they don't just do federal shit, but I know why they're not doing this because if nobody's sick, then everything is just about money. Yeah, either once either food gonna get sick, then you put you on medication for the rest of your life, and then you gonna have to keep paying that every. Then you gotta get surgery, and then you gotta do this, and it's just and then people keep having kids, so there's always going to be somebody next to die. So you don't got to worry about we not I mean some people say they don't want kids, but people gonna be having kids. But shit, the stuff you giving us is making us infertile. That's another thing. You put people pump them up with this birth control. That ain't good for you neither. Like and it's like yeah, you shouldn't be having kids if you dealing with somebody and you ain't ready for that or whatever. But you also gotta think about that. Like birth control is not. I would rather wear a
Birth
condom.
control is being in a lesbian relationship, like Cynthia.
Well, even you could still catch stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
birth
you could.
control,
Yeah.
but Cynthia and Ariana Grande. Who was that lady? Cynthia who? What's her name?
Erevo, Erevo.
She an actress?
Is that the girl that played in Wicked, the dark skinned girl?
Yeah, I think so. And
Yo,
she
so
was in
wait,
a magazine. She was
so
on
they
a
together?
magazine cover. What did it say?
Finally clear the air about their relationship. Like I guess they got some type of relationship. What did it say
Yeah,
now?
it says semi demi. That's the relationship type.
Yo, some crazy
Semi
shit.
semi sexual demi something. I don't know. It's a semi. It's a non demi curious semi binary relationship, which means they are they're not necessarily gay or whatever, but they like each other, so they try and see. That's what they explained it as. They like each other, so they try and see if it's gonna work out. Like they giving it a chance, but they never actually went. They're not clear on what it is yet. They're just trying it out basically to see if it works. I don't know.
So they box testing. It's crazy. Well, it's their life, you know. She trying to get her singing career up. That's what she trying to do. She like Ariana
Ariana
Grande.
looks crazy. She has lost
She's being
so much
scientific
weight.
about it.
She was already skinny. She weighs like 2 pounds. Her neck is like, I don't know why
She's
everybody.
blended the good.
Nah, but something. She looks crazy, and people keep posting about it too. She lost way too much weight because she was already thin, but that was like a normal thin. Now she looks sick, like there's something wrong with her or whatever, like because she lost so much weight. Like, and you could see it in her neck, and her head look all big like a lollipop because
Mm.
it doesn't look right. Is she looks sick? She was already skinny. She didn't need to lose no weight. She was very thin already. But like I said, you could tell a difference when you just normally thin. Like even when they're saying about Coyle Ray was just skinny. That's just how she is. Like she eat
like
or
pumpkin
whatever.
head
Like,
skinny.
but it wasn't even that bad.
It
How
was
people are
gross.
saying it.
It was gross in the beginning. It was really bad.
Well, that was naturally how she was. It's a difference when you're
Now she
naturally
got
like
like a
that. Now you
little
look like
tiny
you.
bubble because she had that baby. She got like a peanut. A little.
But I don't know what Ariana Grande did. She needs to.
She had the same body. Like
She lost.
Glorilla.
No,
Glorilla,
no,
Caucasian now.
no.
Looking
You
like the
haven't seen
guy.
her, have you? You just
Looking like
seen
the
that
guy
picture of
from
her face. You
fucking
didn't see her whole thing. She
um
was not skinny like that before. She lost more
who?
weight. Ariana
Ariana
Grande.
Grande. No, I seen her. Yeah, it do look crazy.
She looked like she's sick or something. I don't think she is. She probably took something. I don't know why people. Yeah, but why? You was already like 100 pounds. Like that's little as fuck. Like how? What are you trying to disappear? Like I don't know. I hope she's okay. Maybe she is sick or something, but she hasn't said anything. People have been talking about this for months now. Like why she got
She
so
pulled
skinny
the
like
Ice
this.
Spice because Ice Spice did that too.
Ice Spice was
Lost
a little
mad weight.
bigger than her. She was Ice Spice used to be fat too. She because somebody had posted a picture and she used to be big, but she lost weight, but she still ain't how she look. She ain't that skinny. She look like a normal person. She look like it's something going
Yeah,
on.
everybody love the girls. Even the girls love the girls. Look at
That look like she was on the cover of that Man magazine, and it was like, why is she on the cover? Cause it was like the the sexiest man in the world. I don't know. It was some magazine for men that,
that.
and
Uh huh.
then they were like,
So she
why
not
is
a
she?
chick
She is a chick, but it was like sometimes they let women do the cover occasionally of that
what?
magazine. I don't know what it was. Look it up.
For health and fitness.
No,
Was it Men's Health?
no, I don't know. I'm about
You
to
saying
look it. I'm serious. What did Cynthia? What cover of the magazine was she on? Harper's Bazaar, British GQ, um, Men of the Year. British GQ. She was featured as Men of the Year cover star in
the
November
fuck?
2025. So it just happened.
She looked like a fucking
She do look like a man, but that's a woman.
Dormalade
So
from
people was
fucking
like,
Wakanda or some shit.
why? That's who I thought she was in, but she wasn't Wicked. But I never watched that, but I did see the preview. But she's a woman though, and people were saying, could I? Somebody posted it on Threads or Instagram or something. They were talking about it. It was like, why the hell is she on the cover of the magazine? She ain't no man or whatever. And then people were like, sometimes they allow women to be on the cover, which I don't understand. If it's Men of the Year, that doesn't make sense. And she's not. I don't know what she got going on. Maybe she's trans, but I don't even know who she is because I had never seen her before until that movie Wicked came out. But I mean, if it's Man of the Year, then I think it should be a man on the cover. I don't understand.
That's crazy, right? They taking everything from dudes. Don't even want them to be Men of the Year. Crazy.
help you be the
So
best man I can be.
Lotto's alleged sister claims to expose her in her upcoming book. What do you know about that?
She said she got a book.
Yeah, she said that in the book.
I don't know. They all crazy. I don't. She's saying that they got the same father and that yeah, that she's supposed to be her sister, and she don't claim her because she don't have a job. She looked like Whoa Vicky, this white
Trying to
content
figure out,
creator.
why Latto don't claim me and shit. Y'all guess is as good as mine. I'm not giving them too much. I ain't spilling too much. But when I do write that book or do that podcast, she gonna be mad because I'm gonna give the people what they need to know. Okay? Same daddy, y'all. Same daddy. Oh, y'all, she don't talk to me because I'm the broke sister. How many times I gotta say this? I'm sorry. You probably new in here. I'm the broke sister. She don't talk to me. It's about to hit the fan for sure. They need to hit the fan. Some ought to hit the fan. They trying to figure out, why Latto don't claim me and shit.
So that's her sister talking, her alleged sister, and she came out because and did this because Lotto, I guess she got word that Lotto was going to go on a podcast and expose family secrets or something. So that's why she. Somebody wrote in the comments, get a job, and then maybe she'll associate with you. Cause she's saying she don't like her because she doesn't have a relationship with her because she's broke.
Mm. But
I
you
just
rich. Like I feel like if you get on, then everybody on. I feel like somebody should be like that, but it won't work out like that. It just have to be the person that's the most giving person
also they
to
have
do
different
that.
mothers. I don't know how long they've known about it, like if they grew up together or something
She
like
do
that.
look
If
like
you
her a
never,
little bit.
yeah, but they don't have the same mother, so I'm assuming they didn't grow up in the same household. I'm not sure because she does have another sister that she's posted videos with and stuff, and I guess they have the same mom, but or I don't know if they do or not, but that's her. This is a whole nother girl that she be out, and that's her sister or whatever. So they probably if they didn't grow up together and you never had a relationship, then don't just expect her to have one with you because now she got money. But if
She
you
like, yo, I
already
be listening to your music and
but
everything.
if you already had a relationship, then that's different. But I still don't think she owes you anything. But if she's like, oh, but then why is she saying that? Why? Because you broke. Are you asking her for things? Like, why are
Mm-hmm.
you expecting her to take
She's
care
a
of you? You're
moocher.
still an adult, even though if that is your sister. Like, you shouldn't expect nobody to give you what they earned or whatever. I mean, if they want to do it, that's nice, but it shouldn't be an expectation of the other person. You can't tell people what to do with their money. And like I said, if y'all had a relationship already, then she should start acting funny after. But I wouldn't think it went that way unless you broke that trust and you were taking advantage or something. So I'm assuming they didn't have a relationship, in which case, what would be the difference now? We never had a relationship. I even know about you. So, but I am sick of people going online and giving us something to talk about. I mean, I'm glad because we have content or whatever to discuss. But people need to I wish we had more positive things to talk about than things like that, but it seems like every time all the things that we even with the politics and stuff, like there's nothing most of the stuff that's going on in the world that's content worthy, or some people would say you don't have to post about stuff like that, about the mess and what's tea, bless you not, and what's negative tea. um, you know, like you could only talk about the good things. But I don't think we will have anything to talk about if we only did, because it's just negativity, negativity. That's why I said I just don't even be wanting to go nowhere because like it's always something. You go outside sometime, people fighting, you in the streets and stuff, people getting shot. The president is an asshole. People are poor. People sleeping outside. There was this guy, I don't know whose clothes it was actually, but I was downtown one day and somebody had their clothes hanging like laid across the bench like it was their bed, like they picking out the outfit where they gonna wear for tomorrow or something, like or like they washed them out and it was hanging them or in the shower or something. Like that's how it looked. Like it was just laid across the railing of the or the back of the bench. Like they just had a hoodie over here and this one flipped over here, like spread out. And I'm like, damn, this house downtown on the green. Like that's it's not funny because the reality of it is we're regular people. It could happen to anybody if you're not making a certain income. Even people that were making a certain amount where they thought like that was never gonna happen. They were irresponsible and they lost it all or whatever. So it could happen, especially with the economy. So it's like
so you gotta have some type of provisions, though.
Yeah.
Insurance plan or something. Protect assets, money that you have, so you could liquidate it if you need to. But it always accrues interest. You continue to get money over time. You don't lose it. So you always got your get out of jail free card. But they be saying the majority of people don't have more than $3,000 in their bank account that they could just get.
Because they don't. Most of these jobs don't pay enough because every time it goes up, like you could get $25 an hour, but depending on where you live, unless you get like a room that's like 900, or you can live in your car or something like that. But in order to live comfortably, not even like overdoing it, like wearing flashy clothes and $500 weaves and all this stuff. I'm just saying, just to have a roof over your head that you're paying yourself and that with everything in there works properly or whatever. And if you want a vehicle, whatever, I don't know, that's an extra expense. I don't think you really need a vehicle, especially depending on where you live in the world. Some people feel like that's like, I mean, it helps, but it's like you can take a Uber anywhere. I mean, it is easier because I feel like because you don't have to wait for nobody, and now Uber the market is saturated. Like
But you also
everybody,
gotta make enough money to be able to afford it.
that's what I'm saying. That's an extra
It
expense.
could be
So that's why I
$8, it
said,
could be $20, it could be 30, it could be 50.
yeah, depending on where you're going. That's why I said it would be helpful because then you don't have to. You can just get in the car and go where you want to go, and whatever. You just gotta make sure you got enough gas in your tank to get where you're going. If you're driving somewhere and it's easy, you can leave when you're ready. You don't have to wait on nobody. So it's convenience, but do you really need it? No, because you can get where you're going unless you try and go somewhere that you would that's further away. But if you're just going back and
Unless you
forth to
get
work,
money from your car.
yeah, if you do Uber or something, yeah, that's the thing. I signed up for that. You could walk. You know, you could walk and do it.
You could.
Yeah, you don't have to. You could create. I
If I
created
find
an
if I
account.
find out, I might cancel my order.
I created an
I
account,
don't want nobody
but
walking
I
through
ain't
with
do
no
it.
food.
I ain't do it yet.
Sweaty hand on the bag and shit.
Niggas be driving bikes,
So what?
riding
So what? This
bicycle
should
and
be in a
doing it.
little
Nah,
basket.
that
Nah.
shit be spilling. Somebody
So
came
what?
here on a
I don't
scooter
want no sweaty
and they
handprint on my
and I
bag when
had
I gotta
some.
like undo the bag and this
No, but listen,
sweaty
somebody
handprint
came
residue
here
on
on
it.
a scooter and somebody came here on a scooter and they I had some sauce or something, but whatever. I was like it was a separate container with sauce, and that shit spilled all in the bag because they was riding a damn scooter and
They're trying
that
to get
shit.
here quick.
But what
Walking,
I
they
was
would have
saying,
been running if they was running. That would have been worse.
but what I was about to
Shit would have
say,
been everywhere.
they don't have to run. Don't go nowhere that's far. It tell you how close
That's crazy.
each.
That
So
nigga, your neighbor, he on
imagine it, cause you gotta go.
walk to the corner, go
You
get
should
this
just
shit.
go somewhere in the area like downtown or something.
Oh shit, I
So
got an
like,
Uber Eat. Let me grab this for this motherfucker. I'm walking that way. Fuck that.
no, you should just go downtown because if people,
It's gonna be more people eating people's shit. That's what it's gonna be. Or the way where they gotta go.
That's what it is gonna
A quick
be.
bite on my way to. That shit was in a fucking movie, yo.
No, but what I was saying at this
In a movie with Keanu Reeves. Fucking Keanu Reeves is like a guardian angel. It just can't. Oh my god, it's so stupid.
He's in a comedy.
It's a comedy movie, yeah.
I've never seen him. But I was saying, even $25 today, back then, $25 an hour, you was you would be doing it big or whatever. Like, because we used to get $8 an hour, and it was less than that before we was here. So like, they was getting 25 cents or some shit. I don't know. Like, it, the currency, the value of currency has gone up, but the cost of living has gone up with it. So it really didn't go up. It's just an equal. Every time they raise the the minimum wage or whatever, if you're not making minimum wage, whatever, $25 is not that much if you got bills to pay, if you got kids, if you got an apartment or a house. Like, that's it's decent, but it depends on if it's just you, that would be straight. But if you got kids, if you especially if you got more than one, it's gonna be a struggle. You probably ain't gonna have you wanna have like you it's gonna cost more the more bedrooms you got. Cause you gotta think about your kids gonna have to share a bedroom or something. Some people be having it's people that I know that got like 8 kids. They don't even got enough room in their car for all their kids. They don't even got enough room in their house for all their kids because they don't have 8 rooms. They don't got 9 rooms. So what the fuck? Cause you can't afford no fucking house with no 8. You a regular person with no 8 room, no 9 rooms. Right. Like, so you got a 2 bedroom and you got like 6 kids. Like, why? What are we doing? And why do you keep on having kids? You can't even pick them all up at the same time. You gotta leave 2 at the house. So if you go out somewhere because they can't all fit in the car, they gotta sit on each other's lap. You gonna get a ticket. Like, I don't understand why people that's broke keep on having kids. You can't take care of yourself, and then you had a kid. Now you can't take care of them or yourself, and now you want to keep having more. Like, I don't understand the logic in it. But help me understand, people, if y'all watching, if you know somebody, or if you like, what makes it. What was the allure of you keep having all these kids that you can't take care of? And now we gotta pay for it because they taking taxes out our check, so you could be a stay-at-home wife with no man because you want.
Free from 106 in Park claims she sacrificed her career to be hidden with Jay-Z baby.
She didn't say that. Somebody posted that. She already said, because they've been saying this for years, that they had a kid. She don't have no kids. She said I'd seen her do a live or whatever, and she said she don't have no kids. So this was a recent live, but they've been saying that for years, that her and Jay Z had a secret child, or that they was messing around. And I remember when they was saying she was pregnant and stuff, but she said she don't have no kids. So if she said out her mouth, I'm gonna believe what she said.
She didn't say that out her mouth.
She did. She had. There was a live.
I'm saying she didn't say out her mouth that she had a baby with him.
No, I'm saying she said that she don't have no kids out of her mouth. I've seen her go live and say that, and she was like, "This was a recent video." Like, so I'm gonna believe that because she said wherever that article came from. People always posting stuff and making up stories and stuff, and like, that's why I would never want to be. Shut up. That's why I would never want to be famous. Like, I don't want to be. Like, that's why I didn't want to be on camera. I don't want people to know. What if our podcast take off and we start getting, like, people start knowing us, and then we done been talking shit.
Hire a private security.
We done been talking shit about people up here. They ain't gonna like us. They gonna be like, this motherfucker. He called Russell Wilson
security, and we gonna have to be armed. We gonna have to be ready for whatever. Motherfuckers come with the bullshit. We just alright, let's play.
Like how NBA YoungBoy, he said, boom, pop, tried to run up.
So you like Soldier Boy? Soldier Boy Kelly.
That nigga
lying. Let that nigga be gangster for a moment, yo. That nigga get his little gangster shot.
Any nigga that's dancing around like that, like, I don't.
They always doing that. The gangsters dancing now. That's the thing. Gangsters.
I don't believe that a real, like,
Crips dance.
But that's different.
How is it? That's
because it's not that
gangster dancing.
It's not that shit that he was doing. and that's still kind of like that's like a I accept that because that's different than like a Omarion or some shit. If you all in there gyrating and doing extra stuff
But
like
they
this,
be kind of doing that. They be popping and locking and all that.
I don't know.
They culture.
I just think it borders it down. I mean, not saying you shouldn't be a gangster anyway. Gangster is being is
Ray
not
J
having a
gangster.
record.
He from out there.
Ray J is nuts. He saying he pulled out a gun on Princess, on
That's
his
his baby
wife.
mother.
Yeah,
Or
they're
his wife.
still married. Yeah, and he has a girlfriend. He said he came over there because she came. No, she came over to his house. This is what he said, and she was arguing. She had some nigga. He was trying to take the kids. She was like, She was like, I'm taking the kids. I'm leaving. He was like, my kids was upstairs in the bed asleep or whatever.
It was her cousin, and they got into a tussle, and he put him in a headlock.
Who put who in the headlock?
Ray J was in a headlock. He was like, all right,
okay.
let me go. Like he said,
exactly,
because the screen went off, but you could still hear the talking. He was like, yo, let me go. Like I'll shoot you, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a gun on me, whatever. He's like, yo, I'm gonna let you go, but you gotta chill. He was like, how come? He's like, I know, but you gotta chill, man. Whatever, like, you know what I mean? And then he like let him go, whatever. Cause like if the dude really was with that, if he had him at that
he
point,
was just trying to.
He could have took the gun and he could have did him because he tried to take his life. It's on recorded.
Because he was just trying to put him in a submission so he could calm down. Like, chill out, if you want.
But you coming in my house trying to take my kids. He must have been drunk, but still.
He said Princess and the guy was drunk.
Sleep.
And then he talking about some man. He acting like he don't know who the person is. Like that's what I'm saying. That's your wife. You know who he is. Why are you saying some man? Like I thought it was a dude she was messing with or whatever. And then why you pull a gun out on her cousin? Like that is crazy. If they just show up at the house, but this is his side. She hasn't said anything. I don't know. Actually, well, I didn't hear what she said if she did respond.
This was like the video.
How do you know it was the cousin? They said
because that's what she said. That's my cousin. Oh.
But I'm saying we don't know what happened before because he's saying she just showed up at his house wilding. We don't know what happened before. We only know what he's saying. But Ray J be bugging out. The shit that he already done said online is wild.
He was trying to do it on. He got suspended because he was trying to do it on his.
Yep, he got kicked off of Twitch.
And he was using it as like an alibi for himself. You know what I mean? But he clearly had the thing on camera.
Yeah, Jackie Long. When he would talk about it,
a glimpse of it.
Jackie Long in the video. Esquire from that T.I. movie. What is that? He was like, "You got a Picasso?" He was in the video when Ray J was talking. I didn't know they was friends. I guess they be hanging out. And he was like, Ray J be making up shit. I'm saying this because I know whatever we see in the video, we know that happened. Well, we don't know what happened before that. Ray J is weird. Like he be doing weird stuff. Like I said, I can't get over what he said about Fabulous when he said he got some gay dudes that will beat him up and grape him. Like if you out here saying shit like that to people, like and then as of late all the wild videos and stuff he been doing, I don't know what happened. Ray J, she was probably coming to get the kids because you crazy. Like because we don't know.
They was asleep though.
Yeah, but I don't know. We don't know what conversation they had before she came there.
No, we don't.
Because I don't think she just pulled up. So what happened? He just took the kids and left from your house, and then you just came back.
He was like, all right, just take my kids and drive drunk. He was saying she was drunk on the
yeah, he said her and the guy and the cousin was drunk. But Ray J, was you drunk?
The kids was asleep. They in the house. They not driving nowhere unless the house some magical Harry Potter shit. They stationary. Get up and time to go to school. Sleep off and get his hangover in the morning and make him breakfast.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. What's that?
We gotta act like parents don't be living a regular life while they still be parenting. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things like you're not gonna be running in the house naked with your kids in the house, but you still gonna be still doing stuff while you a parent. You just gonna have to make sure that you monitoring your kids. You got the monitor. You got all the everything you need, or you got a babysitter that you trust or something like that, so that you could do certain things. But yeah, you should definitely be a part of your kid's life. But it's gonna be times where you're still going to be doing things. Your life doesn't stop when you have kids. It's just you have to pour more into that
You
than
have
you
to
pour
make
into other
adjustments.
things. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta make adjustments. You gotta be balanced. You know what I mean? Like with anything else, it's just finding that balance is difficult because in the beginning, you waking up at so many times in the day, and you gotta feed them, and then you gotta make sure this is good so they can go to school. And you gotta make sure they got clothes. You gotta make sure they got the food that they need. Then they get sick, and you gotta do this and do that. You gotta bring them in, and then you gotta give them this medicine. And they don't want you to take it, so they biting your finger, and you know what I mean. Whatever. It's a lot of shit, but eventually you figure out the routine and you get it. You know what I mean? But the other things you slip to forget those because you still live in life. You gotta have balance. You gotta get to a point where the routine is included in your balance, and that's where the difficult part is. That's what it's like. Damn, how much time am I gonna have to myself? Pretty much none. So the free time that you value that you use to do shit will have to be the time that you use to do something constructive. The time that you watch your favorite shows and all that will be work time, constructive time. The times that you work will be work, and the times that you have free time, vacation time, will probably be time that you spend with your kid. That's gonna be life until your kid gets old enough to really take care of things for themselves and they can become more self-sufficient in certain areas of life. Like they know their cleaner routine. They know where their toys go. They know how to take care of themselves and use the bathroom and how to clean things up, how to mop the floor, how to vacuum, um, how to prepare easy meals for themselves. Little things that they can do when you're not there, because these are things that they're gonna have to do eventually in society by themselves. If something happens to you, God forbid, your kid is gonna have to figure things out. In all those survival movies where they got these kids and it's like post-apocalyptic setting, it's the end of the world, like they got these kids got a rough upbringing. They have to bring them up in the most harsh environment. So these kids are rough, and you're not coddling them. You're not, they're a very strict lifestyle, and they adapt to it. But we don't want to be strict on our children now because it borders the line of abuse if you're too strict, or there's physical contact.
Yeah, there needs to be a balance, like you said.
You can't strangle your kid like Homer Simpson. You can't like beat your kid to a bloody pulp. Um, you can't push your kid down steps and be like, "Oops, I told you not to put your roller skates there." Um, you can't do crazy things to your child. You know what I mean? Your child is supposed to be protected. So my stance of being nonviolent with your child is basically from a stance of saying, I don't believe that there has to be physical discipline to your child, but there should be some degree of something that you're doing with the child that the child can acknowledge and respect, and not so much as fear, but know and understand this consequence. So my thing would be athletic. It would actually be helpful to them if they do it on their own, but it's going to be so immense that it's going to teach them a really good, valuable lesson. But I'll try not to push them too hard to hurt them or they pull a muscle or something like that. But yeah, it'll be something along the lines of, you know, not degrading, but it's gonna be like, you don't want to do this. You know what I mean? And it'll be taking something away that they really value on a more, intangible sense. Just so I'm not really actually affecting them in a physical way, but more in a psychological way, where some would say, "Oh, that's abuse." Psychological abuse. I think that there needs to be a discipline and order when you're in a guardian position, because you have to know how to protect this person. So you have to establish boundaries and structure. So there's gonna be discipline in there. You know, it's not just gonna be like, all right, this kid could do whatever they want or whatever. So the kid knows that there's daddy stuff and then there's kid stuff. You know what I mean? Daddy's stuff is in this closet that's locked. Don't open it. It don't matter what's in there. If I told you don't open it, then you don't touch it. Your stuff is in your little toy chest. You know what I mean? You got your toy chest, you got your toys in there, whatever you like or whatever is in there, or whatever, that's cool. You don't touch daddy's stuff. Daddy don't touch your stuff. We have a respect. If my kid ever sees me going in their chest, they could call me on it. I'll give them that. They'd be like, Dad, why you going in there? I like that. I like that truck. You didn't ask. If my kid tells me that I didn't ask, I'm like, you're right. You're right. Boundaries. My bad. Here you go.
Because you want them to feel comfortable to be
Right.
able to come to
Right.
you when things are going
I
on in
wouldn't be
their life. So
offended.
you have to build that.
I wouldn't be offended at all. I'd be like, yo, like that's yeah, you absolutely right. Like I shouldn't have gone in there without asking. You're right. I'm sorry. Daddy made a mistake. Can you forgive me? Yes, you can play with the toy. You know, if my kid says I can play with the toy, I play with the toy. But I'm just saying, in a sense, like there has to be an understanding of respect and boundaries. Now, the discipline would be, taking something that they don't like. Now, they say that boys need that tough love. They need that. They need to feel that physically because they don't feel it. They only feel that from mom because mom gives them hugs and if the boy acts up, she might smack him, but she knows she can't really hurt him, so she feels bad, you know. But the the son, um, he acknowledges that and understands that, yeah, um, I have to take care of mom. I have to protect mom. He don't have to protect dad, but he have to make sure dad is good and he can help dad if something happens. It's crazy. A perfect example is the movie Signs. Even though Mel Gibson's brother, Joaquin Phoenix, I probably said his name wrong.
That's how you
Um, he he had to fight an alien and he swung and he hit the alien and got the alien with the bat. Like that scene is like, even though he wasn't his son, he was like, he was like his son, kind of his younger brother. But he was the man of the house because he defended the house against the alien threat. Like that was deep on another level. Like that movie was thorough too. I like that movie. Sorry.
I never watched it. I know what it is, but I never watched it.
Oh man, that movie was so good. It was crazy because nobody knew what was going on. Then they live in the damn farm and shit. Crazy. It's always wild when you in the middle of nowhere when they have these movies and people just be in the middle of the damn land and no help, no cops, no nothing. You better have a weapon and not no damn bow and arrow or no damn tomahawk. You better have something crazy, something that you got a lot of ammo, because you ain't gonna be able to get no, like if mad people come, like say you live, you're gonna have to be like Rambo, the last Rambo that came out. Say you live like in an area where it's nothing but land, grass all over the place, and then you see a few trees, and then you see a road, and the nearest house is about 1.3 miles away from you. It's not that far, but it's far enough. Like, you feel me? Good space.
It's gonna take you like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a minute. So that's there. Now somebody pull up on you. The police station is even further. Police station like 15 miles away from you. Like, so you there, 30 people come to your spot. Everybody got something. What you got for everybody?
If you by yourself,
If you by yourself, what you got for everybody? For 30 people, what you got to get? See you later.
what you call that? A fire thing. What's it called?
Oh, a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but you know, bullets go further than that, so you're not gonna last that long. You might get a few people in the front of you, but those people that's coming out, those 30, you're not gonna be able to get everybody with that.
They all got guns. You said they got.
Everybody
something.
got guns. Yeah, everybody got a gun.
You changed it. You said
no, I
bow
said
and
everybody.
arrow.
No, I said everybody got a gun. Oh. I said you can't do it with no bow and arrow. No damn
well,
power.
it'll buy you some time. Like you.
But what? To go back in the house, lock the door.
You could run and get in the car. Burn the people in
so
front
flee.
of you and go. You can't.
I told you could get any weapon, and you set a flamethrower.
A grenade.
Just one grenade.
Get a few and then throw them shits.
30 people.
That's going to get all of them. They too close together. Get a few of them.
It's gonna get a good amount of them. It's gonna get like I think a grenade.
If they all close
a grenade
together,
will probably get like maybe 10, 15 of them.
If they close together,
maybe 10, 15 of them.
Yeah, so
but
that's
if it's
30. So you only
still
need
gonna
2.
You still gonna get murked. So like it's a suicide mission with a grenade. If you ain't got nothing else, and you got other people with guns. Plus somebody could shoot you in your hand and blow the grenade up in your hand by accident. Or they could do it on purpose.
Before.
They could shoot it in the air if they thorough.
Ain't nobody no assassin.
Some people thorough. It's 30 people. You don't know. You don't know who in that group.
You adding extra stuff.
I said it's 30 people with guns.
Yeah, but you added extra. Be like they're an assassin. They know how to do.
What do you think? How do you think you would stop 30 people?
I just told guns? You saying
a grenade.
A grenade and a flame.
You can't. Grenades, not with a grenade.
Some grenades and a flamethrower.
Not enough. Some grenades. So
you say you get 15 people, it's 30. I only need 2 grenades.
30 grenades?
No, you said it's 30 people. You said 15. One will get 15. It's 30. 15 and 15 is 30.
So 2 grenades?
Yeah.
And you gotta throw them at the right spots. You gotta make sure.
If they close together, it depends. Right. If they spread out, then it will be harder, or you would need more. But if they all come in.
I mean, after you throw a grenade, they're gonna be chilling. They're gonna be like, "Yo, I ain't going out there. She got grenades." You throw a couple, but if you throw a couple and that's all you got, you a wrap.
Yeah, that's what I said. You get a few of them. Get a flame.
So look, I say you could get whatever you need.
Get a gun too. Have a gun in one hand, a flamethrower, and some grenades.
Okay. 2 grenades. 2 grenades. Flamethrower. And a gun. Gun probably got 11 bullets. You got 15 people, so the gun is just in case. Flamethrower is to keep most of them at bay. Okay. Would you survive? Would you survive with a flamethrower? I just watched
the 5 Heartbeats.
Do you want to survive, or do you just want to get people?
I want to survive. That's why I'm.
So if you want to survive, what would be the best thing for you to have to protect yourself?
I'm not blowing myself up.
But I'm saying, like, okay, if you want to survive, you could get away. You could try to get away, but it's 30 people.
I just told you keep asking. We already solved the riddle.
We did solve it because you a gun, a flamethrower. You still get murked in everything you say.
No, because
you don't have enough bullets
for
all the people.
You just said. From what you said, I'm going off of what you say. You said a grenade will get unalive 15 people. If you have 2, that's 30. You got a flamethrower and a gun. You already unalived them with the grenades, depending on how close they send it. And now if they spread out, you might have to shoot a few, use the flamethrower, but it's possible.
Yeah, but you might have got some of them with the blast. They might be unconscious.
I'm going to leave regardless. I'm not about to stay outside my house. I'm gonna try to get as many of them before. I'm gonna come back later and creep up or park down the street.
You gonna risk doing that when they got prep time to come back and go in your house and do booby traps in your house and shit?
Now you see your.
But I'm saying you left. Why you leave and gonna come back?
Because you said survive. Why would I stay in the house?
If you coming back to the house.
I'm gonna come
'Cause
back
that's a
with
silly
more
move.
weapons.
Come on.
I already got some of them on the
You
way
watch
out.
too many movies.
No.
You can't
You
come.
can't ask me. First of all, it's a
I told you
hypothetical
what
scenario
I
anyway.
told you.
This is
But I
some shit
told
out
you.
of a movie because
But I
30
told
people
you
are
what
not
it was.
about to
I
show
said,
up to my
I
house.
said, boom, 30 people pull up.
You
can have
talking
what
about,
would you need
but wait, listen.
to survive?
I answered the question already.
Okay.
But you said I watch too many movies, nigga. In what world is that? Is 30 people about to pull up with guns?
In some universe, so it happened.
It's not going to happen
And
to
if
me.
it
So
happened,
that's a movie too.
What would you do?
The whole thing
and
is a hypothetical situation that's never going to happen.
Has a fatal flaw.
Well, that's my answer.
I think like, yo, having an arsenal that can take out everybody would be the best arsenal. So like if they bring 30 people, I have to have something that's gonna be able to take out 30 people. I would need
and put some gas
a
first
fucking
so
Gatling gun probably and just sweep everybody. Like if it's really to that. Or have like one of those assault rifles that got like 30 clip in it, and I got a few magazines on me,
so why you give me 11 bullets? I
you
never
gave
said
me what
that.
you wanted.
I said a gun. I said a gun, and
okay.
you said a specific one and said how many bullets.
You said a gun. What's a gun to you?
You said a Gatling gun. I could have picked that. I didn't say what kind of gun. You added. Okay. You have 11 bullets.
Well, whatever. I did say Gatling gun.
Yeah, that's what you said now. But when I said a gun, all I said was gun, and then you gonna have like 11 bullets. So that's not a Gatling gun because it don't have a magazine.
It's 30 people. Feel me? 30 people, I'm sweeping everybody.
So why? But you're telling me that what I'm saying is wrong when you added something to it that I didn't even say that you wouldn't use for yourself.
But I kept telling you like, yo, you sure? Like that's your, you know.
But why you say 11 bullets? That's what I'm saying. That what you said don't have no 11 bullets. Not gonna really be I just said gun. I didn't say what kind.
Because with guns, they think specific though. So I thought you was thinking a handgun, but you was thinking any type of gun.
I just said gun. I was thinking about what kind because when you said 11 bullets, I was thinking what kind of gun has that or whatever. But I was I didn't say that, but I was thinking like 11 bullets that might not be enough. I might need some, but I didn't say that because then we started talking about others because I was like the flamethrower and the grenade. But then from what you said,
I mean, technically, all of that stuff that you got would work, but then you also got to think about the person. Like you're not Batman. Like you gonna really have a hard time without having enough. So you need to have over more than what you need just in case. Two grenades for a proficient person is enough to probably take out everybody. But for you, 2 grenades might just blow up some crater somewhere.
I said a few. You said 2.
But I'm saying because you was getting numbers, you was like, oh, I only need 2 because one
of what you said.
15, and then another one will get 15. That'll be 30. So then that's it. So I said 2 grenades. You said yeah.
Because you
agreed to it. You could have said no. I want more than that. I want 4.
But
I want 8.
But I did say a few before.
You don't want to give numbers.
Then you was
that's
like,
why.
Because you're saying number. Because you put this 15 in. I never used no grenade. I figure you know since you was in the military.
Yeah, a grenade won't take out that many people.
But you said 15.
It'll take out a good amount. But would
it be 15?
It would be like around, like maybe 10 to 15. Yeah, it could.
Okay,
depending on the area, like if
they're all spread out,
sitting in this room and somebody throw a grenade in here, everybody in this room getting hit.
Yeah.
It could be 15, 20. It could be however many people.
Because we're in close proximity.
Everybody gonna get hit.
And I said that too. I said it depends on how they are.
Hit by somebody else or whatever.
Yeah, and that's
gonna be everybody gonna be hurt.
And that's why I said it depends on how close they are in proximity. If they're all spread out or if they're close together. I did say that. Because I know that, even though I would assume if you nowhere near, you all the way on the other side of the house or in the forest, they're not gonna, it only goes up to a certain distance. You're not, that's why I said it depends on how close they are to each other. But I was going based on what you said. If it gets 15, depending on how close they are together. But I did say a few in the beginning, and you put it to be, and so I just said yeah because you kept saying a number. but I said a few
I
originally.
mean, like I said, like if you was Winter Soldier or some shit, then yeah, 2 grenades, 1 pistol, and a fucking a flamethrower would be enough to take out 30 people. But no, for a regular person,
that's why I said I'm gonna get as many people as I can and get in the car and go.
I mean, you might go and get in the car and go might not be the best solution away.
I'm gonna come back with some people.
Coming back is definitely not a good idea. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Cause like, my house. So I'm supposed to just leave them there?
Because you gotta find out what's going on. You gotta scope the area.
I said I'm a creep back. I'm a park down the street. I said that, and then you kept interrupting me and saying, why would you go back? Like with people.
They gonna be waiting for you to come back.
With people, we all gonna have. And I said I'm gonna get some more weapons. 40, I said that too.
60 people. How many people? If they got 30 people there,
it's not gonna be 30. Once I do the flamethrower and the grenades, half of them is going in the gun.
And they just gonna chill there.
It's only gonna be like 10 people.
Come left. Back and finish what you started.
Yeah. Ballerina. Yeah. Shout out to John.
Them niggas either all gone or I'm gone. One or the other.
Y'all go back to your house. Where I'm gonna go?
I gotta find another spot.
Why can't you bring people with you if they have weapons too?
We gotta just bomb that whole shit.
I'm not about to blow up my house. Somebody is probably gonna get shot, but I'm gonna let them go first. And we all gonna have a gun. Somebody, because people always gonna get shot if you shooting at.
You giving them time to prepare is what I'm saying. You don't want to give them time to prepare.
You said they're gonna do some Home Alone shit. Like nobody doing.
I'm not saying they're gonna do that, but
this whole scenario is just
Home Alone. Like yo,
because you said what if they set up a booby trap?
You gotta think if they armed, they must be able to do some tactical shit. They not doing
no junk like that.
They might.
They
might
got
set
a gun.
You up.
They gonna just be hiding and waiting.
Come in there, a paint can hit you in the face. You all fucked up. You touch the doorknob, your hand get burnt because it's a fucking hot stone electric shit on the thing.
Speaking of that, there was this guy. There's a video of this guy. He was in prison. He's deceased now, and they tested out an electrical vest on him. Like, you know how they used to do the electric chair, but they stopped that because they started doing lethal injection, well, at least in some states. But I guess they were trying out an electrical vest to try to use that for if people get an unaliving penalty for a crime. And they told him he was mentally disabled. Like, he could talk and stuff, but he wasn't at the capacity. However old he was, his mind wasn't that age. He was like a kid or whatever. And they say, please say you consent to trying out this vest. And say your name is such and such and you consent to this. He said, hold on, let me take a deep breath. And you could tell he was talking something was wrong with him, but he was still able to he knew something ain't right. He said, let me take a deep breath. But he didn't know enough to be like, no, I'm not doing this. Because then he said, my name is such and such, and I consent to do this. And then they turned on the vest, and he was screaming and stuff because it was shocking him. And then they laughed. They're like, okay, you get a Coke now. Like, you're giving him a can of Coke to electrocute him. What is wrong with people? And they recorded it, and it was online. This happened and like, I don't know. It happened a couple of years ago, but he passed away now, and I don't know. It wasn't because of that. He was still alive after that, but they have been like tormenting him and doing stuff, making jokes on him and stuff. The staff while he was there, and they sometimes would get other inmates involved in it too, and they were just because they know he was slow, so they were just taking advantage of him, like making a joke or whatever. And I think the family is trying to sue them or something for this. There's other videos that came out too of them, like he was singing happy birthday to somebody, to one of the staff members. He was in the office and somebody came behind him. You couldn't see them, but you see the wet floor sign, you know, that yellow thing that you stand up. And they picked it up and slammed it on the floor to like startle him, and then he he screamed, he was jumping. He was like, and he probably traumatized, or he was traumatized. I don't know. Like, why would you do that? Like, people are so mean, and these are people. This is your job. You put there to protect the people in the prison, not like be torturing them and doing stuff. I mean, I guess one could say worse things could have happened to him, but I feel like that's still messed up because he was disabled and y'all was doing this stuff to him. That's not right. You shouldn't do that to nobody, but he don't even. But he know his family member said he was like he didn't want to go back to jail because of how they be treating him or something. But that's just sad. I mean, he got in trouble or whatever, but that don't he already getting his punishment by going to prison. He shouldn't be punished further for nothing. Just for your enjoyment, your amusement. People are so cruel. Don't be cruel, 'cause I'll never be that cruel to you. I know, but yeah, but seriously, like I know I'm singing or whatever, but that's what do you think about that? Kids just stay out of prison. I mean, if you can help it, but something was wrong with them. So it's not an excuse, but it's like if you're not in the right state of mind, you don't think like normal people. But how do you feel about that?
I feel like people can change when they realize that they've done something wrong, and the fact that they choose not to means that they've accepted what they've done that was wrong as something that they believe is right.
But I'm saying, what do you think about the staff making him put on that vest and shocking him just for no reason, testing it out? I guess.
If did he die from it?
No, but he was. It was hurting him because when he turned it on, he was like,
Now did he agree to do it?
"I just told you what happened." They said, "Say your name and say that you agreed to do this." And he said, "Hold on, let me take a deep breath." And then he said, "My name is such and such, and I agree to this."
So
But he was mentally ill. Like to say, like he was, you could tell when he talked that he was like slow. Like he can have a conversation with you, but you know if something wrong with somebody. His family said he was mentally disabled. Like he was slow. He wasn't. He maybe he had a mind of a child, but he was a grown man or something. Like you can have
right,
a conversation, but he doesn't understand what he's agreeing to because nobody in their right mind is gonna be like, yeah, I'll agree to this. So for you to shock me with this electric vest, test it out on me. Go ahead and don't like. That's not people with sense. I don't think they would agree to that. But he's no longer. He passed away now, but I don't know if it was because of what was going on there, or because I don't think they were beating him or anything. That was probably like from what I saw that the electric thing was the worst thing. Other stuff it was just like basically making fun of him because he was slow, like doing stuff to just get a laugh or whatever to him or whatever. Like I said, he slammed the wet floor thing down on the ground behind him and he scared him, so he started screaming and was like because he didn't know what it was. And it seemed like it's like you like if you got traumatized, like you heard a bomb or something, and you got the way he reacted to it was like if you've been around gunshots or something before, and it like triggered that sound because it was loud because they slammed that thing down on the ground. But other people seen him, so they knew. But he was behind the guy, and the way he was jumping around screaming, it was like he was traumatized from something else. It wasn't like I mean, you would have a reaction, but I feel like the extent of it was like something else. What was y'all doing to him? Like, why for him to be acting this way? Because you slammed that thing down. But I don't know. And then they were laughing at him when he got scared from the noise. So they were just mistreating him, like taking advantage because he something was wrong with him. And then they had these other group of COs. They called themselves the Goon Squad. And they would be doing like messing with the inmates and stuff, and then they would get other inmates in on it. They would be beating the inmates up and stuff like that. And then it was a video of one of them doodling on the guy's bed. Like there was a video, you could see him taking a like they showed him taking a doodle on the guy's bed.
That's crazy.
In the
That's
prison.
crazy as fuck.
They in jail though. They on trial. Those people, but these are two different groups of people that work in the prison that was doing this stuff. But it's like, why is y'all doing that to the people? Like, you supposed to be protecting them while they're in there, and get them around whatever they're supposed to be doing when they in there. Like if they attacking you or something like that. But it's like, why would you? I don't know what's wrong with these people. You get these jobs so you could do that. You was bullied in high school or something. Like, why would you do that? And something wrong with you if you taking a shit on people's bed. Do they do mental evaluation before they hire these people?
Probably
I'm
not.
inclined to believe that they
Or
don't, but I
they
think
do,
they
but
should.
it's like it's very subtle, so they don't like really like hone in on real psychological things that would be like, oh yeah, they're crazy. They'd be like spectrum, and they'd be like, all right, we got hire them.
But I think they want them to be like that. I don't know. It's just crazy. Don't go if you could stay out of the prison. I be watching these YouTube channels, these two YouTube channels that I watch. Dante something. I forgot. The Dante Network. That's the name of his YouTube channel. And then it's another channel called Bill Feasy. And both of these men have gone to prison in the past, and they post other content, but a lot of the stuff, or at least when it started, they would be telling prison stories. And they they always say that, like, stay out of prison, like don't go there because this is what happened, like, or whatever. Like they would tell stuff that they seen happen or stuff that happened with themselves or whatever, and it would be crazy stuff. Like, so it's like, if you don't want nothing like that to happen to you, if you got good sense, if you can help it, stay out of prison. It's not cool. You might not come home. It was a story that you might have a small amount of time, so you're supposed to come home, but you might not come home. You get into some stuff while you in there. There was this guy, he was getting ready to get out. I don't know how long he had been there for, but he wasn't in there for that long, and it was almost time for him to get out. And this dude had tobacco that was in there, and he was like, um, he was getting tobacco from, because they bring tobacco in there and then they make cigarettes with it. Like they have the loose tobacco and they pack the cigarettes themselves and then they sell it like that, or they might sell tobacco to some people or whatever. But like he was getting it through the CO. The dude was messing with the CO, or she was just helping him bring it in, and he was paying her or whatever. So the other dude, he was about to get out. Now the one dude that she had been working with bringing in the tobacco, that dude had life. The other dude, it was almost time for him to get out. So they had words before I got into it about something to do with that or whatever. Like he intervened with the package or something and took his work or whatever or something like that. And they take that serious because he lived there. He ain't getting out. So he like, and he don't care because he ain't getting out. So the dude took his stuff, and the dude got he came after him and he stabbed him up, and he unalived him. Right, he was getting out the next day, and they had to call his family and tell them what happened.
He ain't getting out.
Not alive. We gonna give you his body. And he said you could see the blood coming through his shirt. The guy that was telling the story, like his shirt was red. He had on a white shirt or a light colored shirt, and the whole shirt turned red because of how many times he got stabbed.
But the dude that he got stabbed and didn't get out, or he stabbed somebody and didn't get
No,
out.
the person I was telling the story was just there. He wasn't involved. He's saying the person that was unalived, he was watching it happen, and he saw the guy's shirt turn red from all the blood. Like
Oh,
his,
okay. But who got murked? The guy that was getting out, or the guy that
yeah,
was?
because he came after him because he stole his tobacco, and he wouldn't give him. He was saying, I don't know what you talk about, da da da, whatever. Like he was talking junk. So the dude came after him. He tried to run or whatever, but he just kept stabbing him, and then he was like his whole shirt turned red because and then he died.
Mm,
And they had to call his family. He was getting out the next day.
that's crazy.
People be putting locks in socks, busting people in the head. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you don't, I mean, and all prisons are not the same. Some are not as severe or whatever. And, but you never know. You can't choose where you want to go. So,
Shit, that rhyme keep you safe in prison. They're locking the socks, soap on the rope.
yeah. So, what do you think? Max would be performed, excuse me, Chrissy touched. He said Jimmy Mad, Chrissy touched him. I am. It's a song that's already out, but he just got out. He's doing shows and he performed it.
Mm.
So, do you think that
Speak.
he should have did that,
Well,
or
no. And speaking of Max B, if he so hard claim he squashed it, he moved on, he shouldn't have performed that. But look, speaking of him, his brother Pooh Sims
he was
is talking
talking to
about
Wack?
he got paperwork
Wack was talking about it on
and putting the
Clubhouse.
paperwork out. So certain media people are getting the actual documents that he putting out and trying to say that these documents might have validity to it or not. They don't know. But we just reporting what's out. So
Yeah,
there's
well,
documents about him snitching. Is it okay to still mess with this dude if he snitched and got a plea?
yeah, Wack was talking about it on Clubhouse. He was like, he talked to the brother, and the brother was like, I don't. That's crazy too. That's your brother. Like, why? I just feel like that's your
So
brother.
like,
Like, why is he
cause
doing
he's
this?
salty, cause he gotta stay in prison. Prison ain't easy.
So,
I want to
so
be in
you
there.
telling too, cause you're telling on him. That's still snitching too. That's your brother. I mean, it's not snitching in the
It'd
same
be
way, cause
crazy
you
if he
didn't.
embraced him after, like after all that, he still let him come in.
But yeah, he was saying, he was like, for real, he did look it up or whatever. So I guess there's somewhere that you can look it up. I don't know. And Wax said he looked it up and he got the papers, and it's real. He did tell or whatever. But I am a civilian, aka if y'all don't know what that means, not a civilian. I was like, I'm not in the military. Civilian people in the streets say that about people that's not in the streets. They call them civilians. So I'm a civilian. So if I feel like, I've never had to call the cops, but if I feel like I need to do it and I don't got no way to defend myself and I really feel unsafe and I don't have no other option, then I would call the cops because I don't live that life. So, and I don't, but I think if you do live that life, then you have a responsibility to like go by the code. Like, I don't particularly like when people do that, but it's expected. I feel like that's dumb. Why are you gonna, and then you don't know that the other person wouldn't have told on you or something, like, or whatever. Like, because you're not on that side. You don't know if it was reversed, how it, you know, like, so you doing time for people and doing, it's like, would they do the same for you? They probably would. And it's like, at the end of the day, you got kids and all. I mean, he still was in jail for mad long anyway, but in prison or whatever. But I don't know. I wouldn't stop talking to somebody, speaking to somebody because they snitched on somebody. Because I don't live that life, but I understand how people feel about it that do. So I think because it's like an unspoken rule or like an oath or something that you take that you're supposed to. Let me see the lighter. It's like some "Am I my brother's keeper" shit. Like
I
if
feel
you
like I
feel,
need to say something. Like,
I'll probably ask you about
yo,
it.
you
I might
entitled to
talk
that.
shit, but I'm not gonna
That's,
stop being friends with somebody because I'm not in that life. Now, if I was living that life,
if
then I
they're not
probably
in
would.
their life and they do that, that's different. If they're not in that life and they do it, then that's different. So if they're in that life and they do it, then they have no. What are their values? What values do they have? If that's really
But
what
see,
I've
it
learned to
wouldn't
respect
affect
them
me
for
because
those
I'm not
values,
a
I
criminal.
look at you different now because you said all this, but this is what you really do, so you a liar. Now to me, I feel like you're a liar.
I
But
mean,
if
if you
you're a
come,
civilian, like you said, then yeah, I respect you as such. I'll look at it. I judge you as a character as such. Now, would that mean I would distance myself from you? I probably would because your principles are flawed.
well, I
So
don't
now you're
engage
kind of a conundrum to
in
me.
criminal behavior anyway, so it wouldn't. That's why I'm saying if I was in that life, then I would look at it that way, and I wouldn't because you might tell on me too. I don't want to, but if I'm not doing anything that I need to worry about you telling me on, and I said I would say something to you about it because I want to know because I'm nosy anyway. And if I heard about like yo you snitched, they saying that you told, or depending on how close we are or whatever, like if I feel comfortable asking you that because I don't be in people business like that unless I feel comfortable or unless they bring it up or something. So I would ask you, and if you were honest and say, yeah, I did because I wanted to get out. I miss being home. I miss if you was real about it with me. Like I said, it's not affecting me. But if I and you never did, you as far as I know, you didn't do nothing disloyal to me. But and that's not necessarily it is disloyal, but it's like you told, but in actuality, y'all all committed the crime. You shouldn't have did that. If we want to, that's how I look at it. Like you shouldn't have did that.
I
Like
could
yeah,
understand it.
you. But if I was a criminal, then I probably wouldn't be around you anymore because you might tell on me.
The way I look at you is gonna be different, but it was like the way that I correlated is I don't know if you ever watched Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta.
That dance movie.
Yeah. So his brother was a priest, but he came back home and said he was leaving out of the priesthood, but he didn't want to tell anybody. And everybody, and they were Italian, so they were like really strict on that, religious stuff. So they was like so proud and so happy and was always talking about him and putting him on the pedestal and everything. And his mother would be so torn apart to find out that he's no longer a priest or whatever. And they go out to the club and everything, and he's like telling them, he's really good at dancing and all this.
He lied and told them that he was a priest and he wasn't.
No, he really was a priest, but
He
I
had
think he got
a
kicked out.
double life because he was doing
He
Saturday
quit.
Night Fever.
He no, his brother wasn't a dancer. John Travolta was a dancer. His older brother was supposed to be in a priesthood,
Uh,
but when
oh,
he
his
came
brother
back
was a
home,
priest,
he told everybody he wasn't doing that no
and they were mad at him.
more.
Were they priests?
They're religious. Their culture.
What was they doing though? How you gonna get mad at somebody because they don't want to be a
Because
priest
it's
no
their
more?
culture. They were so proud,
Was
so happy that he
was
that
they
he
a
did that.
priest? If it's their culture, then they all gonna be. I understand you're religious,
Right.
but everybody's not a minister. Everybody's not a pastor. So if you not even doing that, even though
It
you're
was just
religious,
something to be
then
proud of. Like you start something, you finish it.
he
Your
did
family
finish
is
it.
like
He did
really
it for a
like
while and
strict
decided
on
to
that
do
shit.
something else. People need to again with the control. If you a grown person, like stop trying to control other people, even your kids. They're not you. You can't. Once they get a certain age, you need to let them do what they. As long as they're not hurting nobody or doing nothing crazy. Like stop trying to control people. You can't. You can't do. The only thing you control is yourself. and you only could do that to a certain extent because we're being controlled by, the government controls most things on a certain level or whatever. So obviously you can't break the law and get caught. You're gonna get, but things within your control is only you and your child when they under a certain age. But like once they become an adult, and even as they're growing as a teenager, you gotta loosen the reins and realize that. Cause I think people be trying to live through their kids or whatever. Like they be trying to relive their childhood or some shit or whatever, and they be trying to make, or they be like, oh, what did I do wrong? If they're doing something that they don't want them to do, and it's not necessarily hurting anybody, it's just a path that you didn't expect. Like you don't want to be a priest, but you're religious and you want to do. He could still have a career doing something else, and be like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, or because it's his life ultimately. Like he did it, he didn't want to do that no more. Like I don't understand why. I mean, it's religious, but people be taking it too far. Because if you that religious, then why don't you go be a priest or go be a nun or something if you a woman? Like, why are you so harping on him, making him do it? He did do it. He didn't want to do it no more. But you ain't going and practicing that. You ain't going living in a convent and becoming a nun, or you don't want to be a priest, but you so religious, why not go to the highest level if you really feel that way? If you try to push that on somebody else, because he probably never wanted to do that jump from the beginning. That's why he quit.
Hmm.
And do they even get paid for that? What was his job at all? Because they don't. That's not no. Like they'd be like, I have a confession, Father. That's what they do, right?
They get paid through the church.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
So they like a therapist.
Yeah, kind of.
They'd be like, I have a confession, Father. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned.
Yeah.
Right, Nala? Tommy was Tommy was Power was talking to the was going to see the father, and then Dre had him unalived, and Tommy was mad because he was cool with him, and the priest was working with him too, and Dre had him. He had to get Dre after that because he was close with the priest. He was telling him all his business. He was like, I committed that sin, the worst of them all. He's like, but I feel different this time because it was or he said he had to do it. He had to do it, but he was like, I feel different this time because it's family. He was like, well, I don't know. He gave us some advice. Like, this is so blasphemous. I'm not even religious. Like, I believe in a higher power, but the stuff that people be doing is like, if it is, I don't be doing no extra stuff to go against it though, like on the opposite direction. Like you making a show where why you even had to put that in there? Like I feel like they be doing extra. Like you ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that. Like I don't want to f around and find out. I still try to be good even though I don't know what's gonna happen. I try to be somewhat like I don't know. They be like YOLO.
Mm.
But we don't know if that's true. That's what they tell us. You might be reincarnated as a butterfly or a cat. That's what they said. People that pass away is that's what they go into, cats and dogs. Their soul.
You believe that?
I don't know. But from the beginning, like it don't just turn into something while you have it. They saying like
And they got like cancer or something.
Huh?
And the animal got like cancer or something. And you just go into it and continue their life.
No. They're born like when they come back, it's as like a baby, a kitten, or a butterfly. I don't know.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, but I don't think it go inside them while it's before. It's like the process start over. You born again, like not like
But
you
that's the
have the
difference
cat
too.
already, and then a spirit just come and take it over. No, I don't think they meant it like that. Cause that would be crazy. Like what the fuck? No, because they said when you be naked around your pets, like they be looking at you like weird, like go put on some clothes or something, like because they said that happened. That's why because it's somebody and they sitting there watching. What if that's we don't know. We don't know. It sounds crazy as fuck because we're logical thinking people, so it sounds wild, but we don't really know if that's possible or if that happens. Because cats don't be talking to us, and we ain't gonna know until we come back. So it's like, or what if you could do like down to earth, Chris Rock?
What do you mean? Like take over the be a president?
No,
That's what it
down
was,
to
right?
earth when he got hit by a car and then they
Oh yeah, and then he went to heaven, right?
yeah, and then they put him in a white guy, but like they put his soul. He was like, I'm not ready to go. Whatever. So
Yeah,
they
he
put
was a rich white guy, and he was
him
trying to. Who he
and
was trying to
Regina
talk
Hall
to?
or Regina King. Regina King. Um, yeah. What if you could do that? Be like, I'm not ready yet. And it's like this all you got. You don't got nobody.
Mm.
And how did they? So nobody knew that he was dead yet. That's why. They probably be doing shit like that. And that movie came out. When that movie come out? When they be making movies like this, they be doing shit like this. Ain't nobody just sitting up there thinking like, what if you like they out there and it's 2026 about to be they out there doing that shit.
And they gave him his body at the end.
I don't even remember the whole movie. I just remember that he was in that guy and he was and the guy was rich. Yeah, he was rich. He had a big house. He had like maids and stuff. But it was mad funny because he was a black guy and he was like acting like a black guy, but it was a old, fat, rich white guy that be golfing. Like he would listen to hip hop music, and I mean, not saying that you can't. There are white people that listen to hip hop music, but that's not what he norm. That wasn't who he was. They was like, what the hell going? Other people was confused because he started acting different when Chris Rock took over his body. Like that joke was crazy. Oh yeah, he did get it back because they was like, this is temporary. We doing this temporarily or whatever. You can't stay in it. And then it was like, and then he did start talking to her, and she liked him. It took she eventually she started liking him, which was weird as hell because that nigga was like what the movie was just crazy or whatever. But then he had to come back as himself because they had to take the body and he started trying to talk to her again, like asked her on a date or something. And she was like, "You got eyes like I know you" or some shit. I do remember that part at the end. Then it went off. But that's so stupid because after all that time she spent. What happened to the guy? He died.
Hmm.
The white guy. Okay, so that's what happened. He died. So then, but she just didn't even care. She just moved on quick, didn't she? Like she was sad, but not long
She
enough.
knew.
He ain't tell her. No, she didn't.
She had
Because
to
they
tell
say
him.
you're not gonna remember. She not gonna remember you. She didn't know who he was when he came back as himself. They had developed a relationship when he was as a white guy, and then he had to start because they told he was like, I don't want to go back. I just got her to like me and stuff, and now and it was like when you change, she not gonna remember you. So, but it's a movie, so she started talking to him, but she didn't know that that was him. She was like, your eyes, they look familiar, something in them or some shit like that. Like, get out of here. These movies be stupid sometimes. I mean, it makes you think. But it's like it's this show I watch called Family Business, right? And the guy from the hand that Rasta Credo is in it. The this the guy that he was playing slow.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, and it's a family business. It's like a how a drug empire. All the family, all the kids is involved in it and stuff or whatever. And the they got mad kids, but they had a set of triplets, but they're all grown now or whatever. But like they're close. They got a family business. They all live in the house. They got a big house, whatever. So one of her kids got stolen from the hospital. She didn't even know that the kid was took. She thought she only had twins or whatever. So they done went on with their life. Their kids grow up. They're like in their 20s at least or something like that or whatever. So then the guy robbed the son that got taken away. Somebody else raised them. Another woman stole the baby from the hospital and raised him as her own. But mind you, the lady didn't know that her kid was even taken. She thought she only had twins. The guy robbed them with his friend or whatever. Flex is in it too on this season. The guy robbed him, or they tried to rob him, and she was like, normally they would have just killed them because they just all crazy. They sell drugs or whatever. So like, but she was like, no, don't do it. Just let him go. Just leave it alone. And this is what she said. Finally, it come down to it. They find out that's her son. They found out the lady stole it from the hospital. His mother died. The lady that had raised him died. And her sister knew that she did that shit, and she was telling her like before you die, because she was sick. She was like, you need to tell him or whatever, like because he had the right to know, which you did or whatever. But she died before she could tell him. And then she found out that was his son. She was like, when she was like, I know he's my son. She was like, there was like Darren's dance grooves is in it too. That's one of the sons. He was like, Mom, we need to take a test. And she was like, I'm not taking a test. This is my son. She was like, I could see it in my eyes. I could see it in his eyes. She said he had her eyes. I'm like, nigga, get out of here. You didn't even know that you. This is what I'm saying. Only in the movies, because you didn't even know that she stole your kid. Okay, because she was drugged up after she had a baby or whatever, so she was out of it. She thought she only had twins. She never even knew that she had another child born that day. So now all of a sudden you didn't kill him after he robbed you because you're like, wait, something. I don't know. I felt something. This is what she said to him later on, why she didn't let them do nothing. She told him to stop. Although the kids didn't listen. One son was still trying. That's how he found out that was his brother, because he was trying to kill him. He found out where he lived and was following him. And then he came to the hospital, and the aunt told him, the boy's aunt, well, the lady who kidnapped him, sister, told him, like, that's your brother. Because she looked at him, she was like, oh my God, you look like him or whatever you. And she was, and it's like, what? Like, he don't even look like him. It was a lie. Don't none of them look alike. Talk about they triplets. Then it's a bunch of siblings. It's like 10 of them. They all named after a city. Nevada, Rio,
And it's called what now?
Paris, Vegas, the family business. Oh, Michael Jai White is in it too. He's one of the. They got mad kids. He's one of their sons, and the father is Ernie Hudson. I know the lady. I seen her in other stuff, but you probably. I don't know her name, and I don't know. She was on Half and Half. She played, but I don't think you really watched her, or you probably know what I'm talking about. The show with the girl Mary Jane from that Dave Chappelle movie. The girl with the curly hair, Mary Jane. I know you're talking about. That show with Essence Atkins from How High, the girl that Redman was with. They were sisters on that show. It was half and half. Like, they were half sisters. She played their mother up there. This lady is mom on the show, but I don't know her name. But she played in Jump in the Broom too. She was somebody's mother up there. But it's a good show. But I don't know. It's kind of drama too. But it's I don't know. It's kind of like Power, but a little more dramatic than that. But it's family business. Like, they sell drugs, and They just had to. Well, he told his brother. His brother crazy. He was in a mental institution. Ernie Hudson's is supposed to be his brother. He was in a mental institution on one season, and he was trying, like, he was crazy. He had took over the mental institution. He like killed all the people, and him and his crazy people, the other crazy people in there with him, they was acting like when people were coming in, they would be sitting behind the desk like answering the phone and stuff, and they act like they worked there because they killed the staff members. So they were basically running the mental institution. Like the crazy people were running it, like because they didn't kill the people that lived there. They just killed the staff and like took over. And like then he tried to escape. He was like he was mad. Ernie Hudson name was LC. He was mad at him. That was his brother. He was like, LC, I'm gonna get him. Like he was gonna, and then he do this weird laugh. He'd be like, ha ha, or whatever. Like I don't know. He told him to kill the son, his nephew, because he was the only crazy one that could do that. He said, I can't do it, or whatever, because he betrayed them. But Lisa Ray is in it too. It's mad people. It's on BET Plus. I don't think you would like it, but I mean, it's action and they be shooting and fighting, and all of the girls are assassins. Like, well, they went to like finishing school or I don't know what you call it or something. Like, so they trained assassins. Like
Finishing school is great.
like they're trained assassins. So they like Michael Jai White and the younger sister. She probably like in her 20s. They like went to go the other brothers stole their truck with the money in it. So they went to go find them, and they were just the guy took the gun from her, but she didn't even need the gun because she just whooped his ass. But then she got the gun back, and when he was on the ground, and then she shot him. But like it was just crazy. Like I just like the fighting and the shooting. But then some stuff be extra, like all the missing, not the missing kids, but like this incident, like you just threw a random ass shit in there, like how your kid gets. People be doing stuff like that though. That's the crazy part because somebody actually did steal some. Kiki Palmer played in that movie when they made it over on Lifetime. But this lady really stole somebody's baby from the hospital and raised the girl till she was an adult, and she had to tell her because she ain't have her birth certificate or whatever, something. She was like, and she ended up telling her. Somebody else knew too, and they was like, you need to tell her. How you know some shit like that and you don't say nothing? Like when this is the question I would ask. Like, what if you knew somebody that did some shit like that's kidnapping? You stole somebody's baby from the hospital. Like if they told you in the beginning, but I don't think they be telling people till they get older. Till it's like now that's really my nephew or that's really my niece or whoever the other person involved. Like so now I got a bond with them. So I feel weird if you take them away, but you know the
I'd be
right
like,
thing.
do they know?
That's what I'm saying. Like you need to tell them. Like when you told me, but I know they don't be telling people that shit in the beginning because I would think like if somebody that I know come home with a baby or whatever and they wasn't pregnant or some shit, or they tell me like this not my baby, I stole it from the hospital. Like what? Yeah, because I wanted a baby. Like I wanted a baby so bad, and I can't. Like nah, I don't know. I'm taking that baby and bringing it to the hospital. I ain't gonna turn you in, but you need it. I'm gonna steal the baby back and bring it to the hospital and like I don't know, or leave. You could leave. You could drop the baby off now. If they looking for him, they gonna be looking for him. If they just if they only had one, then it's gone or whatever. So bring it to the hospital so they could go back to their parent. That's fucked up. So this is what I'm talking about. Crazy people that do shit like this should not be like walking around free outside to do shit like this. How the fuck you get a job? The bitch worked in the hospital. How you get a job in the hospital and you that unstable? You out here stealing people kids and shit. Like what's wrong with you? But I don't know. Malik Yoba in it too. He just And he's playing a Jamaican guy. Ron Rico Lee from Sister Sister, the boyfriend, the light skinned boyfriend.
Okay.
Man, people. I don't like his haircut. He got like a 50s, like the edge. Like I don't know. It looked like a high low or a high top or something. Like it just looked like an old day hairstyle. He's cute though. He a good actor though. It's a good. I think the people is good actors, but all these people don't be in big movies like that. All these people be in B movies. I never really seen. Well, I don't know. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I was young. I probably seen it after it been already out. But did that do good? That came out to theaters, right?
It's a, yeah, I think so.
Not
it's a
the
Tyler Perry joint.
No, this is about Carl. I don't know if it's Weber or Weber because it's only one B, but his name is Carl Weber. Weber, and he's the author. He be writing books too, like them urban novels and stuff. Some of those, but it's by him. And they got a new one. They got a spinoff called. It was only one season of that one so far. It just started. It's the Family Business New Orleans, and Brandon T. Jackson is in that. Layla Rashawn is in it. She playing his mother. Um, but it's like connected. They're related to the Duncans. That's the family. Ernie Hudson is the father. Like that's their cousins or something, but they live in New Orleans because they kind of like they needed help with something. So Brandon called it. She mad at them because she don't want them helping her with nothing. And she told him to stay out of, she told Brandon not to call him, and he called him anyway. And then his cousins came down to help him because they all like criminals. They all be doing, but she don't want Brandon T. Jackson to get involved in that. She want him to be like a normal person, not no criminal. She wanted him to go to school and like do something with his life. And they got money and stuff. She got legit businesses. She don't want to continue that for him. But he ain't listening. He called the family to come help because there was some people after them because he was sleeping with somebody's wife. I don't know. But it was only one season of that. But the original one was better than New Orleans. Layla Rashawn like she lost some weight. I remember one time she blew up. She was looking crazy.
Oh, she lost weight.
Yeah.
She was looking wild.
Yeah. And she looks good in this. I mean, she like normal size. Like she could probably, you feel me? She not totally, but she look more acceptable. Like her face ain't all fat and stuff like that. You could tell. She could probably, but that's a good size. But if she want to drop more, she won't look crazy. But definitely, you could tell the difference with how she was before. But shit, I can't talk shit because I'm out of shape too. But but she's a beautiful woman. All the people on the show are some nice looking people. Or they don't none. They all supposed to be siblings. Don't none of them look alike though. But and this the Mexican is in it too because they connected with the cartel. Like okay, so Michael Jai White's son, he got a son by this Mexican lady, and she with the cartel, and but he ain't with her. Like they just got a kid together, but she got a brothel called the Hellfire Club, like her and her brothers or whatever. Like, and it's a brothel, so people be coming there, you know. And, but that lady, I don't know what's her name, but I seen her and stuff. And then her husband is in her real husband in real life is in it. He always be playing he in a Mexican cartel. I forgot what's his name. I know you seen him. You've seen him before. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, Michael Jai White, Ernie Hudson, this lady, you know her, Valerie Pettyford, that's his wife. And that's the man who made it, that's his son. I don't even know what the guy looked like, that Carl Weber. That's his son. The people say he can't act. So, and this guy's in it. I don't know if you've seen him and stuff. Black China's in it now too. They just be putting certain people in anything. This the lady from Dynamite. That's the sister. Remember with what is that show with Florida Evans and
Good Time?
Yeah, that's the sister. She played it too. She their cousin. And Clifton Powell was in it. He was married to Lisa Ray, but he got killed or he was sick or something. I don't know. This guy, you know him, right? Emilio Rivera.
I seen him in some things. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. His name is Alejandro.
Always play like a Mexican gangster.
Yeah. It's a good show. And Miguel Nunez. Joanna Man. Flex is in it now. He just came like last season. I want to make a show. Like, I really want to get a camera and like get some people together and just go.
Good man, you got AI, you got everything.
I want to do it with real people. I know it's gonna take more work, but I would rather do that than to go to the park or go like pick different days. But you gotta get people together and agree on that. But pick different days to shoot. Like we could just do it Friday. It might take a while, but we could get all the footage together. Like go to the park. We could shoot this scene here. Go to the backyard and wait till it get dark one day and do this.
I watched Home Alone versus Chucky.
Why is that versus?
It was a battle to the death.
Why? That don't even. Those
It
are
just
two.
happened. He needed a soul for a kid.
Oh, so Macaulay Culkin versus Chucky.
Well,
He was.
Kevin McAllister. That persona.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
So he was trying to say,
He set traps.
Dembella.
He set traps.
Give me the power, I beg of you. Chucky set trap or
No.
Kevin. Kevin. Then Macaulay Culkin had a rough life. It seemed like he got it together now. He was looking crazy for a while. I mean, he still look crazy, but you could tell he's like not. He don't look like he on drugs. He looked healthier than he did in the past. Like, so it seems like he clean. Because they did a commercial one year, like Home Alone with the mother, and she was saying Kevin, but he was grown, like it was. That is bad parenting. How the hell you forget your kid in the house and y'all going on a trip? They said Kim forgot North in the house one time when she was little.
That's crazy.
That's what they said, but we don't know if she really forgot.
Believe.
She went back in the house and got her because she was in the car. And it was like, Kim, how the fuck you know that she forgot it? Because she went back in the house and came out with her. Like, she was already in the car.
That's crazy.
I could see her.
The baby snitched on her.
There was no baby Kim. I mean, North is the oldest one. That was before she had the rest of it. It was when she was little. She like was in a car seat or whatever.
She was like, hey.
That probably is what happened. That because how do you explain that? You was already in the car about to leave, and then you get in the car and close the door. Then you get back out and go upstairs and come down with the baby. So that do look like that's what happened. Like how you forget your kid, but like, and then it's like that's crazy. Somebody really did that shit. Like that was a movie, Home Alone, but his bitches out here really forgetting they left their kids. People be leaving their kids in the car. Somebody said they forgot one time when they did that. When they got caught, they said they forgot. Or no, they did forget. They came, but the door locked or something. And they couldn't get into the car, so they didn't go in the store. They realized like, oh shit, the kids is in the car. So, but they couldn't get in the car. They had to call the fire department to get in the car. But then some people just don't give a fuck and just left their kids in there with the windows rolled up and went in the store. And the cops was waiting. I was watching a video of like of clips of like people leaving their kids in the car, and they had different excuses as to why it happened. Uh, but most of them they just did it on. They just didn't care. They went in the store. They was waiting outside for. Them. It was like, ma'am, you was in the store for an hour. Like what? Why would you leave? And these were little babies. Like some of them was in the car seat, or some of them could walk, but they were little kids. They wasn't like they need to be monitored. Not even considering like you got them in the car with the windows rolled up and it's like 90 degrees outside, but like also even if that's not the case, they're kids. They don't need to be left alone in the car. Anything could happen. Somebody could break in and take them or some shit. Like why would you? Especially and you went in there for a whole fucking hour. Like what's wrong with you? Like the cops was waiting for their ass when they came out and he's like, what's going on? This someone got mad like why people go out. They need to mind their business. Cause why would you do that? Why you have kids if you don't want to bring them places with you? Like I don't understand. It's like, oh, you saying so I can go to the grocery store? Your kids is bad because you let them do whatever the fuck they want when they're at home, and then you want them to go out in public and act normal. Like, yo, they be running around the house like Tarzan when you at home. So why you think when you go outside that they gonna act different? Like, so I don't know. But some people don't. They don't think about that shit until they actually gotta go somewhere and they want them to sit the fuck down. Then they like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too late now. They got used to that shit. But I don't know. Acting such a great way.
I don't got any other topics except this
There's
pizza.
there's one more.
Mm.
3 14-year-olds were lured away from a sleepover in Bristol, Connecticut, Melvin sent me, before being kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and trafficked. And the parents found the kids or something. I don't know how I forgot how they found them, but they was pimping them out. Like they brought them to 2 different locations, and
Oh
they said we're
wow.
gonna give you flip phones, and like they they brought them to 2 different. They had them at a hotel and at somebody's house. Like, and they was like, they told them, they were saying we switch up the location to make it harder for people to find them. But the parents ended up finding them and they got arrested. It was like 14-year-old and an older guy. I mean, not for, no, the guy. It was like 30 something year olds. And then it was a guy that was like 50 something or something with them. And yeah, so they got arrested. But I don't know what's happening. And this was in Bristol, Connecticut.
That's crazy. heart goes out to those families.
Yeah, I'm sad that they had to go through that, but at least they was able to stop it before it got worse. But I hope they get therapy and whatever they need to. I don't think they're gonna be able to get over it, but to make, you know, to to get somewhat some type of healing from this, because this is like a traumatic situation. But yeah, that's all we have for you guys tonight. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa.
I'm smiling Jizzle.
This guy gave me a reading yesterday too on Instagram. He went live and he was like, "Give me your birthday." And after people like put your birthday in the chat, and I do numerology. And he was saying he was like, "Go buy my new